How many did you save?
Just like a dream.
You did the only thing you could do. And you lost.
Like a dream.
Look, we're still in this thing.
The day you walked away.
But we have no idea what we're dealing with.
Unfortunate.
Things are getting worse around here, aren't they?
Boyd, we're out of food.
Too many things are changing. I have to remember.
Remember what?
What's missing?
Nothing that I've been through is possible.
I think you're here for what's in the basement.
This place will not break us. We can still win. But the only way we go home is together.
Hello.
Come on, go!
The game here is rigged. Why can't they leave us alone?
No matter what this place throws at us, we're gonna find our way home.
Everybody just talks about how afraid they are of dying. Well, I don't think that's the worst thing that can happen to you here. Hello?
Like a dream.
Are you looking for these?
Into my life.
You can't save them all.
But things are really how they seem.
What are you doing?
You're not... Oh, kid. I don't like this any more than you do, but the shit is on the fan, all right?
You can't choose my friend.
Enough! All right? Stop! Hit is one thing, but I'm gonna fucking hit, all right?
What are you doing? Hey,
Hey, stop.
Put it down.
Okay.
Now give me the gun, buddy. Please, buddy. Listen. What happened today? Hey, what happened today was a setback, and I get it. I get that we're scared. I get that we're hungry. We have to make everything last. Okay? This place will not break us. Give us time to figure this out. Give me that. Or we can do this right here, right now.
We can do this right here, right now, says Boyd. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to a shortened edition of the Fromville Friday stream, TGIFF. Thank God it is Fromville Friday. Sorry if I sound a little raspy this evening. I'm feeling a little under the weather, but I figured I'd had to at least come on here and go live for a little bit to talk with my awesome Fromily in anticipation of this next episode of From Season 3, Episode 2. And this one looks like it is going to be just as exciting as the premiere. Although it's going to be hard to top that premiere, I must say. That was one of the best episodes of From we have seen in a very long time. But I am sure they have many, many more big thrills and heartbreaks in store for us this season. And we are going to dive into all of them together over the next 9 weeks. So welcome, everybody. Welcome. Thank you for joining me again on this Fromville Friday. But yeah, so glad to have everybody. So glad to have everybody here. And tonight, again, this is going to be a pretty casual stream. It's not going to be as, probably not the 4, 5, 6 hour streams we have been doing lately ever since From started. So we're going to keep this one a little bit shorter. I'm a little bit under the weather tonight, so I apologize ahead of time if I'm not on my game this evening. But no, we're going to talk a little bit about episode 2 that is coming up. We have some awesome episode 2 stills that I figured we could all take a look at and see if we can suss some things out. I've been finding some very interesting things in some of these paintings that I know you guys have been finding some as well. Figured we could dissect some of that and see if we can kill some of this time while we wait for episode 2 to get here tomorrow night at midnight. Welcome one, welcome all. Well, it looks like we got Strega 450 already. Thank you so much, Strega. Very much appreciate that. Finally, love our community. Thank you, my Lord Jeremy. Well, thank you so much. I am no lord, of course. I am just a humble servant of the Fromily. You guys are the lords and ladies as far as I am concerned. But thank you so much for the super chat. Very much appreciate you, Strega, and so glad to see you back here. And I hope you guys are enjoying From. I hope you guys are ready for what seems to be a pretty crazy season full of ups and downs. But thank you so much for the support, and chat knows what that means. I owe a woe. Whoa! Whoa, indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And speaking of the chat, let me see who is in here tonight on this glorious TGIFF. Thank God it is Fromville Friday, as we say. Got Xavier Anderson first in the chat tonight. What is up, Xavier? Always good to see you, my friend. Always good to see you. We got Chicago Made Gaming and Media in the house as well. What is up, Chicago Made? Hope you are having a good pregame. Hope you had a good pregame time. I was definitely doing my pregame before the stream started as well, and I'll probably be pregaming during the stream even as we speak. So it's good to see you, my friend. Good to see all of you. Got Breezy K in the house. What is up, Breezy K? Good to see you, my friend. We got the mod extraordinaire Kiwi Skirt in the building, already dropping the Discord link. That is right, everybody. If you have not joined our Fromville Discord, it has quickly become one of the biggest hubs for From fan theories in the entire fandom. Definitely the coolest Discord I've ever been a part of personally. And that is thanks to each and every one of you who have made it such an awesome and welcoming place for From fans to hang out. So I thank everybody for that. So if you haven't joined the Discord, there is the link right there, pinned to the top of the chat. We would love to have you. We got Ricardo in the house. What is up, Ricardo? Good to see you from down here in Brazil. I'm waiting. Well, that is awesome. Welcome, my friend, all the way from Brazil. I hope you are doing well. I hope everybody is doing well. And speaking of where everybody's tuning in from, I know that recently anyone who was living in the southern area, Florida area, I know it was recently hit by some pretty nasty hurricanes, and I've been seeing some of the coverage on the news, and it looks pretty devastating in some areas. So to anybody who is in the area or even the surrounding areas, I hope everybody is staying safe. I hope you guys have all of your family safe. And if you're in a place where it is getting a little too dangerous, do not hesitate to get out of there. Earthly possessions can be replaced, but family cannot be replaced. So I hope everybody is staying safe down there, and you guys have my well wishes. I've been praying for everybody in the area, because I know we have a few of our Fromily family members that are down there living very close into it. So I hope everybody is staying safe, and be careful out there. Mother Nature can be a cruel mistress. Cruel mistress. We got Bonterez Ramos in the house. What is up? Good to see you as well. I see the Grumble Door is in the house. What is up, Grumble Door? I see Bruna is in the house as well. What is up, Bruna? Good to see you, my friend. Got Santi in the house. What is up, Santi? Good to see you as well. I see my brother Robert Saunders is in the house. Always good to see you, my friend. I hope you are doing well this evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see Angela E is in the house as well. What is up, Angela E? I see Golden Child. What is up, Golden Child? My man. We got Delsenia in the house. What is up, Delsenia? Hope you are doing well as well. Hope everybody is doing well this evening. Friday is here, guys, which means we are that much closer to From Season 3, Episode 2 hitting our screens. And I cannot wait. I cannot wait to see how they are going to follow up this massively explosive premiere. How are they going to follow this thing up? I cannot wait to see. I cannot wait to see. Got Wayne in the house as well. What is up, Wayne? We got Wolf Spear in the building. Got Linda Webb in the house. What is up, Linda? I see Julie B as well. Welcome, welcome one. Welcome all. See, William is in the house. What is up, William? Greetings to the Fromily. Hell yes. Greetings to the Fromily. Far and wide, wherever you guys are tuning in from. I hope you are all well. I hope you guys are getting ready to enjoy your weekend. The weekend is here, guys. The weekend is here. We got Angel in the house. What is up, Angel? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I see the man in black in the house as well. What is up, man in black? I see Susie is in the house as well. What is up, Susie Greenberg? Always good to see you, my friend. We got Illegal Mods in the building as well. What is up, Illegal Mods? Hell yes. Hell yes. We got Silver Mass Traveler. Can this episode bloody release already? I know, right? Man, bring it on already. Come on. Saturday at midnight cannot come soon enough. I am with you there. I am with you there. I can't believe how fast the days are. I can't believe how fast days are. Didn't we just do this? I love you guys. Well, we love you as well. And yes, this week did seem to kind of whip by pretty fast. It does kind of almost seem like it was just yesterday that we were watching the premiere. And now here we are, one day away from episode 2 already. So it's moving by. It is moving by. I was worried this week was going to move a little bit slow because I was feeling a little under the weather, and this next episode is so highly anticipated after that premiere. I thought the week might kind of slog along, but no, it's been pretty quick. This week's been whipping by faster than I thought. Faster than I thought. We got Vanessa Wicked in the house. What is up, Vanessa Wicked? Good to see you as well, my friend. See, Kiss of Death is in the building. This place will not break us. Yes! This place will not break us. It's certainly not going to break us here in the Fromily, but I guess we will find out if it is going to break Boyd and the other members of the town. Does Boyd have what it takes to stand up to all of this psychological torment that the monsters are going to be putting him through this season? Or will he crack under the pressure for the first time? I don't know. I got faith in Boyd. I have faith in Boyd. I think he's going to be able to pull out of this, but I do think he has a very tough road ahead of him this season, and all of the torment that the town and the monsters are going to be putting through. But I think he will prevail. This is Boyd, after all. Boyd will not break. Right, Delsenia? Hell yeah. I love to see those Boyd emojis. Boyd will not break. We got Ali Akbar in the house. What is up, Ali? Good to see you as well. I see AP in the building. Katie Joe's in the house as well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See the Garrett family. What is up, Garrett family? Man, we needed a stream. Thank you. Well, I am super, super honored to oblige. Again, I'm totally sorry if I am not on my 100% game this evening. Sorry if I sound a little raspy or if I sound a little winded. Again, I've been just battling this nasty little bug that just does not seem to want to leave. But no bug, no matter how severe, is going to stop me from going live and hanging out with the Fromily. But welcome one, welcome all. Awesome stuff. We got Delilah in the house. What is up, Delilah? Hey, Jeremy in chat. I started watching 3 weeks ago, and I am hooked and caught up. It's so good. I can't wait till Sunday. Yes, Delilah. I love to see that. I love to see that new people are finding this show, getting caught up super quick so they can dive in with the rest of us, joining the awesome, awesome festivities that we have here every weekend. And I'm right there with you. I cannot wait for this new episode. This truly is my favorite series that is on right now, and probably my favorite series I've seen in quite a few years, actually. So awesome. So glad that you are caught up with us, and welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. But again, welcome all. I hope everybody is doing well this evening. And again, anybody who is down there in the southern Florida area, if you guys are anywhere near the storms or the bad weather, please stay safe out there, and know that we are definitely praying for you, and hope everybody is doing okay. Hope everybody is doing okay down there. It looked pretty nasty in a few areas. I mean, I haven't been watching too much coverage, but the little bit that I did see looked like it was getting pretty nasty in a few areas down there. So I hope everybody is well. Hope everybody's well. And thank you so much, Delsenia, for the happy birthday wish. Yes, my birthday is coming up. I can't believe it. It is getting closer and closer now. Looks like episode 2 will actually be the day of my birthday, the 29th of September. Man, I feel old. I feel old, guys. But thank you so much, Delsenia, for the happy birthday. And thank you, everybody else, for all the happy birthday wishes. I've been seeing them all week, and I very much appreciate that. Very much appreciate that. All right, so let's dive into some of this, shall we? Well, we got Xavier Anderson. So Miranda was drawing pictures pre-From. Do you think Miranda escaped an abusive relationship with Henry and got trapped in Fromville with her mistress, Christopher? Ooh, okay, Xavier. Diving right into the juice. I like it. I like it. All right, let me pull some screenshots up here so we can take a look. And yes, these drawings have been incredibly mysterious. We've been all, trying to rack our brains. Who drew these things? Did Miranda potentially draw these before she was even stuck in From? Did Eloise potentially draw these before she was stuck in From, or maybe even after she escaped From? Still not 100% sure as to what Eloise's ultimate fate was. Could she eventually have escaped and drawn these, and maybe she's somewhere else now? But then again, if that was the case, you would think Henry would already know about Victor and Miranda in this Fromville place. So the fact that he is so shocked to see Tabitha, and the fact that he seemingly still has no idea what happened to his family, that stands to reason that if Eloise did escape, she might not have made her way back to Henry, her father. So yeah, a lot of big question marks as to who drew these incredibly cryptic paintings, but we're going to dive into a few of them. We are going to dive into a few of them. Now, of course, one of the first ones some of the first ones we noticed, of course, some of the obvious ones. We got the Ankui children down there. We got the boy in white, of course, the full version of the boy in white that we see in the intros every week. We have the Ankui children rocks, which is another nice Easter egg. There's also quite other ones as well. Some interesting other ones too. We have these that we have been taking a look at as well. Of course, we have this, which is where Boyd originally contracted the worms from Martin. This is actually the well that Boyd climbed out of, which is another little Easter egg. We have, of course, the famous lighthouse down here. Of course, the famous lighthouse that we are probably going to be seeing a lot more of on the series. A lot of interesting Easter eggs that we have been finding in these drawings, which is pretty cool. People have been noticing this Grim Reaper as well. And if anyone is familiar with my tinfoil hat theory that we came up with last year when we were researching the word Ankui, not a whole lot to be found on the word Ankui itself, especially the show's spelling of it. But we did find an abbreviated version of the world called Anku. And that is, of course, a being that is a shepherd of lost souls. The Anku is often depicted as a skeleton-like creature with a robe or a hat holding a scythe, often driving a chariot with tormented children's souls in the back, which sounds pretty interesting when you think about all of the things that are happening on From, and we see these weird Ankui children and how they very much resemble the tortured lost souls of children. So probably nothing, probably just a completely different correlation, but this was the closest thing I could find to in the real world that had any close relation to the word Ankui. But I'm looking forward to finding out what it really means and seeing what else the show has in store for us. This was another one I recently noticed. We have the Civil War soldiers that are present and accounted for. I mean, this is one thing I've been very interested about, and I would love to hear everybody's theories on this in terms of what do you think is going on with all of the Civil War references that we are getting in the show? Not just the visual references that we're getting, like these drawings. It looks like Eloise was also drawing pictures of Civil War soldiers. But of course, Jade famously has that vision of the Civil War soldier with a bayonet very similar to this, chasing him down and almost skewering him like a damn barbecue. But then, of course, we have the dates that have been popping up all over the place as well. And the 1864 date that Boyd pulled out of the bottle tree when he was with Sarah at the end of season 1. And, of course, which is right around the same time as the Civil War. So I would love to know what you guys think. Do you guys have any particular theories as to what the Civil War, what role the Civil War is going to play on From? I'd love to know what you guys think. Would love to know what you guys think, or anything that has to do with any of these drawings, whatever you guys want to dive into. What did you guys notice about these drawings? What stood out to you? And all of that. I wonder what Ankui is backwards. Yeah, it's a good point. I wonder what Ankui is backwards. When we look at the definition, not the definition, but the spelling of the show spells it Anghkooi. Ankui. Anghkooi. That is the official spelling from the actual show. But again, searching that term in the real world, there's really not a whole lot that comes up. I tried to find out if it was some kind of language, some kind of word in another language. It didn't pop up in any known language in human existence that I could find. But yeah, what exactly is Ankui mean? I mean, huge, huge mystery that we're all still trying to figure out what the heck it is. We've got Ty Briggs. It seems they have different gods and demons playing roles from different cultures. And it definitely seems like they are drawing on multiple different cultures and mythologies from all over the world. I mean, everyone's been noticing the Norse mythology stuff they've been throwing in. Heavy, heavy Native American mythology they've been sprinkling in all over the show. But yeah, it definitely seems like they are drawing off many different cultures in terms of inspiration from some of these things. We got Taryn in the house. What is up, Taryn? The lighthouse with the red and white spotches is Old Cape Race Lighthouse before it got replaced. It's currently in Ottawa on the grounds of the National Museum of Science and Technology. And I mean, it does look like it's a different lighthouse, doesn't it? I mean, it certainly doesn't look like the lighthouse that we know from inside Fromville. Like you said, with the whole red bricks and all of that, our lighthouse doesn't have any red bricks like this. So yeah, this might be a totally different lighthouse. This might not even be the one that we're familiar with. I could potentially see that being the case, that maybe it's one that's in actually the real world, one that maybe Tabitha's journey could take her to at some point, maybe. I don't know. But no, if someone were to say that this is a different, as Taryn states, if this was a different lighthouse that's not in Fromville, I could definitely understand that being the case. Because yeah, again, like all of the red bricks just are a little bit weird. Our lighthouse in Fromville definitely does not have that design. So yeah, might be a different one. Could be a different one. Might be onto something there. Might be onto something there. He's a soccer dad. Yes. I see the lady in green/gray. I'm colorblind. Yes, this lady right here, if you were referring to the creepy lady right here. This one I saw here, I kind of almost thought was a little bit similar to the granny monster as she's kind of transforming and walking down the Matthews family hallway. A little bit different, of course, but that's just kind of the vibe I got from it. I mean, it could be something totally different, of course, but when I saw this drawing in particular, that's what I thought of. The granny monster in mid-transformation walking down the Matthews family hall. Could be something else, but that's kind of what popped to mind for me when I saw it. But who knows? Who knows? Let's see what else we got. What culture is Ankui from? I've never heard of lost children, lost souls before. Yeah, it's Ankui. The Ankui word isn't actually a word that I could find. I couldn't find it anywhere. I could only find an abbreviated version of the world. If you search Ankou, Ankou, that will probably show you all of the mythology that you need to learn behind it, and it's pretty extensive. I haven't dived into all of it myself even yet, but that was just the closest thing I could personally find to the word Ankui that could have some weird resemblance as to anything that this thing might be referring to. But if you search the word Ankou, you will find the being that I was referring to, in terms of he's usually depicted as, again, a skeleton kind of, or a thin figure, often in a hat or a hood, carrying a scythe, and always driving a chariot like that. So yeah, that was the closest thing I could find, but again, could be 100% off. It was very much of a tinfoily theory. I'm not really expecting that to really be what Ankui is on the show. I expect whatever Ankui is on the show, it's going to be something totally different. But again, that was just the closest thing I could find to the Ankui word. Just some tinfoil research for you. The picture of the two beings next to the lighthouse drawing could be the two entities. Ooh, okay, could be Wolfspear. Okay, Wolfspear points that out. These two beings right here next to the lighthouse. We're not quite sure what this is. It seems like they're in some weird kind of archway that sort of is similar to the archway that Boyd walked in when he was in the ruined place here with Maren. Here we can see a similar archway to where Boyd climbed out of the well. Similar kind of construction. But yeah, what exactly is it? I don't know. Maybe could this be a representation of the two different entities? Maybe. Maybe, Wolf Spear, you could be right. You might be right. Angela E. says Civil War was the bloodiest war in U.S. history, so there are lots of dead bodies buried in burial sites throughout the U.S. Maybe the land is spooked, haunted. Now, that's a very, very interesting possibility, and that's something that I love discussing these kind of the potential possibility that Fromville in itself, the entire town, was once maybe just some regular run-of-the-mill middle America town that was potentially cursed in some weird manner. I know a lot of you guys have had some very interesting theories kind of in that rabbit hole as well. And I love those theories. I think it's just as plausible as anything else that we've heard up until this point in terms of what Fromville is, where the monsters came from. Were these monsters the original inhabitants of that town? I mean, is that why we see them in the 1950s, 60s era clothing? Is that why a lot of the buildings inside Fromville are kind of 50s, 60s era time period? Some are a lot older, of course, but the majority of them in the town seem to be dated back to around the 50s, 60s in terms of their architecture and construction. But I've always loved those theories that potentially Fromville itself, the town itself, was maybe cursed by something or someone, and these were the original inhabitants of the town that were turned into these creatures. Someone said something in the comment section the other day, and I thought this was a pretty interesting one as well, that potentially Fromville, the town of Fromville itself, was maybe built on some kind of ancient Native American burial ground. And I thought that was a really interesting theory, that maybe it was some kind of ancient Native American curse that was placed upon this town that turned the town and its original inhabitants into whatever they are now. Again, probably not what's the case, but it's always an interesting theory. I always do enjoy the kind of cursed town theories, and that these are maybe the kind of inhabitants of that these monsters were maybe the original human inhabitants of the town. I've always enjoyed those theories. Always, oh joy. There it is, Brenton myth. There it is. Thank you, A. Anku is the figure in Brenton myth who collects spirits of the dead and brings them to hell. Yes, that is the Anku Brenton myth. Thank you for that, my friend. And again, that was the closest thing I could find. It's probably totally off, of course. Just a tinfoil theory that I thought was kind of fun to dive into a little bit. But probably totally off in the long run. Like, whenever we find out what Ankui really means on the show, I imagine it's probably going to be something totally different. But you guys know me. I like diving into some of these rabbit holes every once in a while. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Aunt Cooey, the meatloaf, says Tyler B. Maybe that's it as well. Maybe that is it as well. Yes. Yes, indeed. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let me catch up on this. We have the Man in Black for $5. Thank you so much, Man in Black. Very much appreciate you, my friend. JF, what are you doing on your B-Day besides From? Ooh, well, interesting. Thank you. Thank you for the 5, and thank you for the question. Nothing too big planned, really. Probably going to go out to eat with family and friends, maybe. Have a nice Italian-style dinner. But other than that, probably not too much. Not too much. Nice dinner, hanging out with some friends and family, and of course, hanging out with each and every one of you on Sunday night for my actual birthday night. I'll be spending it with you guys. Again, Sunday the 29th is my actual birthday, and I will be spending that right here with you guys doing our From Season 3, Episode 2 watch party as we dive into Where We Go, the title for Episode 2, Where We Go. So thank you so much, Man in Black, for the 5, and thank you for the question. Very much appreciate that. But yeah, we're taking it easy this year. Nice and simple. Simple dinner, simple hangout, nothing too fancy. But thank you so much for the 5, and I owe you a whoa. Whoa! Awesome, awesome stuff. Whoops, hit the mute button by accident. Gee, see, I told you I'm not on my game tonight, guys. A little bit under the weather, been battling this nasty cold. But again, I couldn't let it stop me from at least going live and hanging with you guys for a little bit. But thank you so much, Man in Black. Very much appreciate you. Very much appreciate you. We got Robert Saunders as well. What is up, Robert Saunders? Thank you so much for the gift of the 5 memberships. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 memberships. Thank you so much, my friend. That was incredibly generous of you. Looks like Delilah is now a member. Taryn is now a member. Bill D is now a member. Just Janus is now a member. And Joe Bun is also now a member. Welcome, one. Welcome all. So glad to have each and every one of you here. Cannot thank each and every one of you enough. And we also got a gifted membership from Dana Marie as well. Thank you so much, Dana Marie. Very much appreciate all the support that you guys have shown us over the years. You are absolutely awesome. And again, I had an absolute blast hanging out with you and Scarlett last week. A lot of fun. Super great stream that you guys put on. Very professional, very well run. So yeah, that was a good one. That was a very fun one. I'll definitely look forward to joining on some other Mondays when I'm definitely able to. I will not miss it. On the weeks that I can make it, I will definitely make it because that was a fun one. That was a fun one. And thank you so much for the gifted membership. Looks like Wayne's Fishing is the recipient. Welcome, Wayne. Welcome to all of the new members. So glad to have each and every one of you here. And you know what that means. I owe Dana and Robert a whoa. Whoa! Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, and it looks like we have one more new member to the channel. What is up, Stephanie? Let me pull that up. Wow, thank you so much, Stephanie, for becoming a member of the channel. Very, very much appreciate that. Of course, members have access to all of our custom From emojis that we have down there. I did get a few requests for some new ones, and I will have those uploaded before the watch party this Sunday. We got some interesting ideas. I even got a request for a 70s porn stash emoji. The guy who opens up the window for Jasmine in season 1. So I'll try and make one for him too. I mean, again, hey, we take all requests here, even if they are 70s porn stash, dude. So thank you so much for all of these suggestions, guys. And thank you so much, Stephanie, for becoming a member. So glad to have you here. And I owe you a whoa. Whoa! Awesome, awesome stuff. Wow, thank you guys. Thank you all for all of the support. It really is overwhelming when I see the support that you guys show. It's just, I cannot tell each and every one of you how much I really appreciate it. Just absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Dark Lord says, I'm enjoying Rings of Power. I'm weird. I'm actually, I must say, I'm enjoying season 2 far more than I enjoyed season 1. I wasn't a big fan of season 1 personally. Maybe it's because I'm a really die-hard Tolkien fan. And, you know, they made a few small changes to the source material that, you know, I wish they maybe hadn't. But I will at least, I got to give some credit where credit's due. I'm kind of enjoying season 2 a little bit more than season 1. I mean, I kind of find myself rooting for Sauron every once in a while. Maybe it's just because Charlie Vickers is a pretty good actor in the role. But I will at least say that. It seems like season 2, in some cases, has been a little more enjoyable. But yeah, I'm glad you're liking it. I am glad you are liking it, Dark Lord. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Does every building in town not have wires in it? If so, the town or building may be a construction of the town. That's why nothing makes sense, because the town doesn't know that. Yeah, I mean, it's super trippy, isn't it, when you think about the electricity in the town in particular, and the wires, how they seemingly kind of go nowhere. It seems like the houses do have wires, but it seems like, at least in Tabitha's case, in the Matthews family home, when they follow to see where those wires go, they lead absolutely nowhere. They're not connected to anything. They're just kind of dangling there in the caves. So yeah, super trippy. I mean, so in season 1, a lot of people were pointing to some sort of maybe Tesla thing that might have been going on. Nikolai Tesla, of course, had the alternate form of generating electricity that was kind of stomped out by Thomas Edison early on. But when you look at the Nikolai Tesla's version of his way of generating electricity, a lot of people thought that is what was happening here in From in season 1. Those theories have kind of died down a little bit more. I really haven't seen a whole lot of those theories since the first season. But no, in terms of what the electricity is, incredibly mysterious. Where is it coming from? How is it being generated? And yeah, like you said, why does none of it make sense? I don't know. Your guys' guess would be as good as mine, but yeah, hopefully we get some kind of answer. Hopefully we get something that gives us a little bit of hint as to where this mysterious electricity is coming from. And we also know that they have running water as well. Where is their running water coming from? We have seen there are body of waters in the town, like the Brundles, the bigger body of water that Kenny is going to be spotting that we've seen in some of the other stills. So where exactly is all of the running water coming from as well? A lot of questions as to how Fromville operates and how they are getting these things. Makes me think of Skinwalker Ranch. Oof, yes, Skinwalker Ranch. Man, anyone who has not researched Skinwalker Ranch, I highly recommend researching it. If you're a From fan, you'll probably have some fun going down the rabbit hole that is Skinwalker Ranch. There's a lot of trippy stuff there. A lot of trippy stuff there. I'm no expert by any means, but I've done a little bit of research into it, and boy, there is some really trippy stuff there. But no, that's an interesting one. Fromville makes you think of Skinwalker Ranch. Okay, that's cool. That's super cool. I like that. I like that. Don't want to go burying up there. Yep. Bad soil up that way. When they come back, they don't come back right. Yep. Yes, the soil is seemingly being poisoned against the members of Fromville. Literally, the ground is turning on them. The land is literally turning on them. And we've seen that there is a lot of consequences in Fromville for people that try to meddle in things that they shouldn't be meddling in too much, in terms of trying to find too many answers, trying to find a way out. It seems like whatever is in charge of Fromville, the entity, whatever this thing is, even if it's just Fromville itself is conscious and is sentient, whatever this thing is, it certainly does not want our survivors trying to find a way out, or even looking for answers, it seems. So maybe that could be why we're seeing some of these harsh conditions moving in season 3. We got, again, like you said, the land is kind of being poisoned against them. The cold weather is moving in faster and faster. The food shortage is getting worse and worse. The forest isn't really providing livestock for them like it was in seasons 1 and 2. This place is kind of actively changing and turning against them. And part of me thinks that that is because they're trying too hard to escape, or at least a few of our characters are meddling too hard in things that they shouldn't be meddling in. And of course, we have the added fact that Tabitha did indeed escape. So could Tabitha escaping bring a whole new level of terror onto the town this year until she comes back, maybe? I don't know, but it does seem like Fromville itself is kind of turning on them. We got Mike in the house. What is up, Mike DeLillo? I think it's possible that some of the monsters we are seeing, i.e. cowboys, are not monsters, but other human survivors that have formed an alliance with the monsters. Ooh, that's an interesting one. That's an interesting one. I mean, when we look at the cowboy monster, we've never actually seen the cowboy monster in his monster form. So you make an interesting point there. Could some of these quote-unquote monsters be human collaborators? That's an interesting thought. That's a pretty interesting thought. I can't say I've thought of that one myself prior, but I like the idea. It's certainly interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I suppose anything is possible. I suppose if we see Cowboy Monster changing into his monster form at some point, that'll kind of tell us he is a monster. But until we see that, I mean, your theory could be on. Your theory could be right. We haven't seen the Cowboy Monster change at this point. So I don't know. I don't know. I get the feeling they're all monsters personally. Like if you're just personally asking me, I do get the feeling they are all monsters, but who knows? Maybe there's some human collaborators there. It's certainly an interesting thought. Certainly an interesting thought. What if the explanation for this town is not actually supernatural and is indeed some kind of experiment? I think that's possible as well. I think that is wholly possible that there might not be. I mean, I definitely am hoping that it's going to be a little bit more in the supernatural realm, and I think a lot of the evidence we're seeing is pointing a little bit more in that direction. But again, this is Fromville at the end of the day. We have no idea what is really going on here. The show is kind of technically classified as a sci-fi horror show. So who knows? Maybe this won't be as supernatural as we think, and maybe there will be some kind of more sci-fi experiment kind of answer to what's going on here. I think that's possible. I definitely think that's possible. I mean, again, I'm really hoping for a supernatural answer, but some kind of sci-fi experiment is definitely not off the table. Definitely not off the table. Awesome stuff, guys. Awesome stuff. All right, let me see what else we got here. Let me scroll down. Let's see what else you guys are saying. Let's see. It reminds me of Adam and Eve in a sense, that they had to till the land after being kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Oh, that's an interesting one. And a few of you have actually been making some pretty interesting kind of connections between the Garden of Eden and Adam and Eve and all of that, and what we're seeing here in Fromville. We do know that in season 1, And in the intro sequence, we see that one very unique painting that Ellis painted, which is a pretty much direct representation of the Garden of Eden, with Fatima and Ellis painted in the middle as the kind of fill-in for Adam and Eve. So we are definitely seeing Adam and Eve references and many other biblical references all over the show, it seems. So no, if there turned out to be some weird kind of Garden of Eden that was, going on here, I wouldn't be too surprised. I think that's possible. Again, we're seeing a lot of biblical references, so it seems like anything's possible at this point. Can they use the soil to kill the trees? Says Sean. Ooh, I have not thought of that myself personally. I don't know. I mean, that's very interesting. I thought Tien Chen had a pretty good idea when she brought it up in episode 1 in terms of, trying to test other parts of the land. Try to test this soil over here, plant a small crop over here, test all these different parts of the land and see if there are, how far did this quote unquote poison spread? Because like you said, we know where Colony House and where the town usually grows, that usual field that they always grow everything in, nothing can grow there. We've seen it's just all completely rotten, and rotten to the point where it was like straight black, the fruit, the vegetables they were pulling up out of the ground, straight up black. So you start to wonder, how far has that spread? Is the entire land everywhere completely turned against them? If that was the case, you think you would start to see some of the trees withering and some of the forests start to wither. So I definitely get the feeling Tien Chen's plan might bear some fruit, for lack of a better term, that maybe we can find some other areas that the soil isn't quite as tainted. But in terms of the tainted soil right near the town, could that be used to kill some trees? I suppose so, maybe. I mean, if it's certainly preventing any kind of vegetation from growing, I suppose it could probably be used on some other kind of plant to slow up the speed or kind of rot, create that rotting effect on some tree. Maybe, I don't know. I suppose it's possible. I suppose it is possible. Like he sold his soul to the dark. Interesting. Ooh, interesting. Cowboy's definitely a monster. Yeah, I think he is. I mean, but I did think that was a pretty interesting theory. I think they're all monsters. The cowboy does seem to have that kind of pale-like skin that a lot of the other monsters have. But yeah, it is pretty interesting that we haven't seen him in his monster form yet, and I hope we will. I mean, I really do hope we see Cowboy Monster full-on monster out in his monster form, because we haven't seen what his monster face looks like yet. We've only seen him in his human form up until this point. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the cowboy monster in all of his fanged out glory. I think they are trapped in Jade's invention. Ooh, Wolf Spear, interesting. And this was a pretty popular theory during season 1, like right after season 1 aired, before we saw anything for season 2. That was one of the most popular theories coming out of that first season, is that potentially they were stuck in some kind of simulation, and that maybe this simulation was actually being powered by Jade's technology. And again, it's a very interesting theory. We do hear Jade in season 1, when he first arrives here, that he and his partner Toby, his best friend Toby, they had just recently sold their company. They sold their startup for an obscene amount of money, as Jade puts it. And their company was a quantum computer algorithm that was capable, it seemed like it was capable of doing quite a lot. And that's, I think that's where a lot of these simulation theories originated from, that people thought maybe this whole thing is one giant simulation or some kind of simulated world, and maybe Jade's technology was the missing thing that the algorithm needed to kind of produce it. It's an interesting thought. But then I start to think of this place of Fromville. It seems like it's been here for a very long time, long before Jade was working on his technology. Again, when we look back to the history of the town, we know that it was here back in 1978 when Victor first gets trapped here as a child. We see the massacre of 1978. So it seems like whatever Fromville is, it's probably been there for at least decades, maybe even centuries, based on some of the other evidence we see. So that's kind of the only discrepancy I see with the Jade theory, in terms of Jade's technology being the thing that is actually powering all of this. It seems like it's a lot older than Jade. But then again, when you're dealing with simulations and, simulated world or artificial worlds, you can really kind of, artificial just about anything you want, really. So could they have had an entire history manufactured along with it? I suppose it's possible. Suppose it's possible. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. They actually added supernatural in their description. Oh, did they? Nice. Nice. I like that. That gives me even more hope. That gives me even more hope that this will potentially be some kind of supernatural origin at the end of the day. And again, it could very well be sci-fi, and if it is, I'm totally cool with that. As long as it's unique, that's really all I care about. Like, as long as they're giving something that we haven't seen before, or at least a new take on something that we haven't seen before. That's why I was really hesitant to, accept that this is a whole simulation. It's just, I feel like we've seen the simulation thing over and over and over again in so many different shows, so many different movies. We've seen just about every iteration of the simulated world as we can get. So if it is a simulation, I really hope it's one of those things where it's a new kind of simulated world that we haven't ever seen before. That was kind of my only resistance to accepting the whole simulation theory. I want this to be something new. But then again, I have to kind of put aside sometimes what I want and just take what the show gives me on face value. And there certainly is some weird, trippy things that point to this thing maybe potentially being a simulated world. That was a very popular theory in season 1 for a reason. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? But that's nice to know that they added supernatural to their description. That definitely gives me more faith that we are heading a little bit more into a mystical, supernatural answer as opposed to hard sci-fi. But again, I suppose it could be either or. I suppose it could be either or. What's up, Fromily and everyone? Just got off work. I am on 3 times on the stream catching up. Well, welcome, welcome. Don't even worry about it. So glad to have you, my friend. And I hope you had a very pleasant day at work, and super honored that you're choosing to wind down with us here. Very much appreciate that. If the town feeds on hope, why does it go nuts when they actually have hope? Case in point, the tower on Colony House had everyone so happy, then boom. That's a good point, Princess B. Very good point. Yes, we hear the weird kind of Abby entity that appears to Boyd at the end of season 2 when Boyd is getting ready to smash the music box. His wife appears to him, which of course is not really his wife, it's the entity, trying to tell him that it's not fear that the forest feeds on Boyd, it's hope. And again, there is some interesting kind of aspects to that. I feel like we have seen certain things that make us think that maybe this town is kind of giving them hope just to snatch it away, as Boyd kind of thought. But then again, like you mentioned there, if the town wants people to have hope, why are they taking it away? And I get the feeling that's probably what it is. I think that is how they feed on the hope, is they give them just a little bit, just enough hope to think they do have a chance, only to then snatch it away. Because ultimately, from a lot of the evidence we have seen, like you mentioned, as soon as the radio tower went up, boom, this place sent a storm directly towards Colony House to take the radio tower out. So it seems like this thing, if the hope thing that Abby's entity did speak, if she was, telling the truth, which she very well could have just been lying. I mean, I feel like we really can't take everything that these entities and these monsters say right on face value. I mean, we know the monsters in particular are very keen at mental manipulation. And that entity was definitely trying to manipulate Boyd in that scene. So it's really hard to just take everything they say at face value, that it's definitely fact. But no, like I said, you bring up a good point. I mean, maybe the hope thing was a misdirect. It's very possible. Very, very possible. Is that a painting with a guy in a top hat? Yes, we do see some paintings with guys in top hats, almost like a little pilgrim kind of style paintings. Let me get back down to them. We see some interesting kind of pilgrim-like paintings in some of these cases right here. See the top hat here in the back. It almost looks like a kind of pilgrim-esque drawing there, if that's the one you were referring to. Very kind of old school. And again, we've seen a lot of weird things that point to many different weird time periods in this place. Again, like this whole Civil War thing. What is it? What exactly are they trying to tell us about this Civil War? I don't know, but I'm certainly very interested to see what our real world history has to do with Fromville. How does it correlate? What does the Civil War have to do with this place? Lot of questions there. But yeah, we do see a good old kind of pilgrim style top hat back there. Definitely do see that. They need a they need a hydroponic store to appear in Fromville. Now that would be awesome, Jen. That would be absolutely awesome. If they can get some kind of hydroponic store, hey, I might not want to leave at that point. At that point, shit. And yes, this is a very good point. The town kind of behaves like a jealous god almost. And I could definitely kind of see that, Garrett. I could definitely, the Garrett family, I could definitely kind of see that. Because, yes, I mean, it seems like whenever people meddle in things that it doesn't want them meddling in, it kind of gets angry. I mean, we hear that Boy and White kind of say that towards Boyd and Sarah at the end of season 1. And again, it's kind of hard to take anything any of these weird entities say just on face value because we're not 100% sure of their motives. And where the Boy in White comes into play, I know the fandom is very split down the middle as opposed to if he is good or evil, if he's here to help or harm. I'm still not sure which way I lean on that myself. I feel like we've seen plenty of evidence to both, for both being the case, maybe. But yeah, it does kind of seem like this town, Fromville, whatever this place is, this sentient place, because it does seem like this forest is sentient, like it has its own consciousness. It does seem like it does get jealous at times and it doesn't want certain people doing certain things. So no, I could kind of see that. Some kind of ancient, kind of vengeful god, maybe, that is in control of this place. Maybe. Maybe. I think why the crops are dying is because they were already dead. The glimmer around this place is fading. They are in a dead dimension, the opposite of real life, and sometimes it intersects. Ooh, that's an interesting theory, Grumbledore. Definitely a little bit different than the regular kind of purgatory theories that we hear all the time. I like your spin on it. You got a little bit of a more unique spin to it. But no, that's interesting. Like maybe this is, like you said, a quote unquote dead land and that the glamour in between is starting to fade. I like that idea. I think that's a cool idea. And I suppose it's possible. Again, I suppose it is definitely possible when it comes to this trippy place. In the bottle trees was the catch spirits. Maybe some spirits escaped. Yes, Ty, and I love this theory as well because a lot of us were kind of just assuming that Boyd brought this entity back to town through Martin via the worms, and it does seem like that was the case. But what's to say that Boyd didn't unleash some other kind of entity when he opened up that bottle? Because as you mentioned, Ty, not only I don't know what the bottles are meant to represent inside the show of From, but in our world, in real world mythology and in African folklore and other mythologies around the world, those bottle trees are used to, like you said, trap evil spirits. You'll see many places in Africa that do that exact thing. You'll see glass bottles in trees corked. And the whole idea of it is these bottles are keeping evil spirits at bay. If you open up the bottle, you let the spirit go. So is that something that the show is drawing inspiration on? Could that potentially have something to do with these bottle trees? Are there potentially entities or spirits trapped inside them? And then when Boyd opened that one, he unwittingly released something? I think that is definitely a possibility, at least. Definitely at least a possibility because it seems like the bottles are very prevalent on the show. We've seen them every season. We know that we're going to get some bottle tree action in season 3, both in the town and in the real world. Seems like Henry has one of these bottle trees right outside of his house that Tabitha is going to be inspecting, most likely probably in episode 2, I would imagine. So no, I think that could very well be the case that maybe there are some, these bottles are meant to trap evil spirits. Again, there's many mythologies that do the similar. So I think you could be onto something there, maybe. Maybe. Donna is in charge of growing food. Soil goes bad. Boyd talks to Donna about animals. Animals get released by monsters. Donna helps Jim with the antenna. Antenna goes down. Common denominator. Yes, Vic. I like it. I like it. Yeah, again, I mean, a lot of people have been pointing to Donna in terms of her being maybe a little bit suspect. And again, I love the theories. I mean, I think Donna kind of is just Donna. But when you kind of mention it like that, you do kind of at least have to take a double thought and think. I mean, is Donna the common denominator on some of these things? I mean, I think it was a little weird how Donna just completely outright shut Jim down in season 2 when Jim wanted to investigate what was on the other end of that radio a little bit more. Because if we remember back to season 1, when Jim is making the call on the radio, the only one that's within earshot is Donna. Donna and Jim seem to be the only two that even know a voice came over the radio. Yet in season 2, when Jim brings it up, Donna just shuts him down instantly, doesn't even want to attempt to look into it more. Now, could that simply be just because Donna was a little bit worried about causing a panic, like she said? Or does Donna have some other kind of motive for not wanting to research that a little more? I don't know. I don't know, but I definitely think the Donna theories have been interesting, and I do like them, so keep them coming. Keep them coming, guys. Awesome stuff. Awesome stuff. Jim and Kenny have carrots, so there is good soil. Yes, we do see that in some of the other trailers that at some point either they end up finding other food or they find some kind of place where the soil isn't quite as bad. Because, like you mentioned, we do see those carrots in their backpack in a shot in a later trailer. And I do actually believe I have some of those shots that we can take a look at. I don't know if they're on this folder, but I know they're on the other folder if not. But yes, no, you are 100% right. We do see what looks to be pretty fresh carrots in Jim and Kenny's backpack in in a few of those shots. Yeah, we do have it right here. All right, let me stop sharing this. Let me bring this up. Yeah, very good point. Very good point, Hector. They do, at the very least, they find some kind of soil that is capable of growing at some point. Because as we see right here, carrots. Carrots are coming. Here we go. We got carrots right here in Jim's backpack. We got carrots right here in Kenny's backpack. There are carrots coming to Fromville, guys. There are carrots coming. So yeah, I mean, maybe Tien Chen's idea worked, and maybe that is kind of Tien Chen's parting gift to the town. I mean, R.I.P. to Tien Chen. Again, we lost a beloved member of the show, a beloved cast member. Definitely sad to see her go. She was one of the biggest fan favorites. But yeah, maybe that was her kind of final parting gift to the town to come up with the idea to kind of try other areas with other soil that are maybe far away, that maybe aren't quite as tainted by whatever is tainting that field. So yeah, very good point. Very good point. Jim and Kenny do eventually find some carrots and find some good soil. So yeah, that will be happening. That will be happening. All right, let me see what else we got. Let's dive in, shall we? Let's dive back in. Tabitha's blazer is just as ratty and tattered as Boyd's sports jacket. Boyd has hundreds of clean work shirts, yet he has to get a brand new navy blue sports coat. That is true. I mean, we see it seems like Boyd has just a never-ending supply of this same colored yellowish orangish shirt that he wears all the time. It seems like he got 100 of these freaking orange shirts, yet he keeps wearing the same old, as you mentioned, tattered blazer with all the freaking bullet holes and the rips in it. It's like, come on, Boyd, let's get you a new blazer, bud. Let's get you a new jacket. Good stuff. I wonder if the monsters have any kind of weapons. Ooh, now that's interesting. I mean, and I don't think they really need any. Really, I feel like they are the weapon. And between their fangs, their claws, their strength, whatever else they're capable of, it seems like they have many weapons at their disposal. But in terms of do they pick up and use any other weapons, I wouldn't think so. I mean, again, I don't think they need to. I feel like they have all the deadly weapons they need right at their disposal, just with their claws and fangs. But no, it'd be pretty interesting. I mean, imagine if you see, cowboy monster kind of coming down the freaking road with like a freaking bat or something. I mean, it'd be kind of funny to see. But no, I'm not really expecting the monsters to wield any kind of weapons because, again, they are the weapon, it seems. Hopefully we get confirmation on Victor's sister this weekend. Yes, we need to learn a little bit more about Eloise. Eloise is one of the biggest questions, coming out of season 2. Did she make it out? Did she not make it out? Did she die with Miranda? Is she in the real world? If she is, why did she never come back to Henry? So many questions when it comes to who is Eloise and if she is still alive. And I definitely get the feeling we'll probably get something towards that this season. I don't know if it'll be this episode, but it definitely seems like we are probably going to get answers. I mean, that's one thing all of the writers and creators have been promising us all year up until the premiere. This is definitely going to be the season where we finally get some definitive answers, and apparently answers that actually mean something. So yeah, maybe that will be one of the answers that we're going to get. I have to imagine if we don't get the entire answer, I imagine we'll at least get some kind of definitive clues that'll make us, that'll make our theory crafting a little bit more accurate in the future because we'll have better data points to go off. But yeah, I definitely think we're going to get some kind of answer in terms of this whole Eloise thing. They threw this Eloise storyline in for a reason. I would be very surprised if we found out, Tabitha went through all this, Victor remembered all of this, just to find out that Eloise is dead. I get the feeling that's not the case. I do get the feeling we will figure out something that she maybe is still alive somewhere. Again, my original theory was kind of tinfoily, but I was really hoping that Tabitha was going to get to the real world and hopefully spend a lot of time there. I was, and that's been another thing that that has been up for discussion. How soon is Tabitha going to return to Fromville? I was always really hoping that she was going to spend a lot of time in the real world, make her journey kind of really hard to get back. And then maybe she gets on the trail of Eloise and finds out that she's been locked in a mental institution or something for the last few decades, that maybe she did, in fact, escape Fromville, only everybody thought she was crazy when she got back to the real world and she got thrown, in the loony bin, maybe. I always thought that would be a pretty interesting way for Tabitha to finally figure out what was going on, only to find out that Eloise has been locked up the whole time. But again, who knows? But hopefully we get some kind of definitive answer this season as to what is going on with the whole Victor Eloise thing, and Victor's mother as well. I mean, Victor's mother is probably an even bigger question mark than Eloise is at this point, I feel. How did Victor's mother know everything she knew? Miranda seemed to know a lot of, very specific facts in terms of she knew about the Ankui children. She knew that she had to rescue the Ankui children. She knew that she had to go to the tower. She knew that the tower was potentially the way out. How did Miranda figure all of this stuff out? Where did Miranda get all of these answers, I wonder? I don't know. But again, I feel like Miranda is just as big of a question mark as Eloise is at this point. We got the Professor for 5, though. Thank you so much, Professor, for the 5. Salute from Ilya. From Ilya. It's an honor to be amongst fellow fans. Yes, my friend, it is a super, super honor to be amongst fellow fans. Again, it's always a huge honor every time we go live. And there's anybody in the chat. As Chocolate Beauty points out, over 200 people tonight. Wow, that is so awesome. Just so glad to see each and every one of you. And thank you so much for that, Chocolate Beauty. Yeah, I mean, it's, again, I'm super surprised that anybody chooses to come and hang out here. So I just can't thank each and every one of you enough. This really is the coolest fandom I've ever been a part of personally. And that's because of people like you, like the Chocolate Beauties, like the Professors, like the Susies, like the Sweet Peas, like the Julies. You guys really have made this fandom just so fun to be a part of. I really can't thank each and every one of you enough. Can't thank each and every one of you enough. Awesome stuff, guys. Because when you think of the concept of evil, what does it really come from? What if it's programs or software is giving power to another dimension to act out evil acts? I'm just speculating. Ooh, now that's interesting. That's interesting, Adatha. I like that. I like that because, yeah, I mean, I feel like, we're supposed to have this very kind of black and white binary definition of what good and what evil is. But, this is Fromville. We don't really know anything about this place and how its true nature operates. And oftentimes, good and evil can be a matter of perception. I mean, obviously, there are some things out there that are just outright evil that are to be condemned all the time. But at other times, it could be a matter of perception. Like you think about insects, like an ant. An ant getting squashed by a boot is going to think that boot is evil. But the boot probably doesn't even know it's stepping on the ant. So sometimes it is a matter of perception in terms of good and evil. It's not always as binary as we think it is. So no, that's an interesting concept. I love the speculation. This is definitely the place to speculate. And you guys know what I say. Don't be afraid to throw on that tinfoil hat. Don't be afraid to dive into that rabbit hole. Have fun with it. That is exactly what the show is meant for, to have fun with. Angela E. says Jade should have been famous in the real world for his, spectacularly successful tech company, but no one in Fromland knew of him. That is true. I mean, and even when he first arrives, that's like one of the first things he says to Donna. He's like, do you know who I am? Do you know who you're dealing with? And Donna's like, oh, you're one of them. So, yeah, I mean, at least Jade thought he was some big kind of hot shot. And maybe he was in the tech world, maybe in the kind of, the New York, Silicon Valley tech world, maybe he was a big player. But to the rest of the country, nobody knows who he is. He's just Jade, the creepy the weird hippie that likes weed. But yeah, no, it's a good point. Jade certainly thought that he was, the big man on campus in terms of, don't you know who I am? Don't you know who you're speaking to? Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Good stuff. And yes, exactly, Chocolate Beauty. Evil is good, according to the vampire in Brooklyn. Exactly. It's all a matter of perception at the end of the day. Yes, I like that. I like that. Good stuff. Good stuff, guys. It's fantastic here. All y'all are wonderful. Well, thank you so much for that shadow scope. But yeah, it really is. It's each and every one of you, all of you in the chat, that really make this such a fun place to kind of hang out, to theorize, to dive deep into Fromville. Like I said, throw on those freaking tinfoil hats, guys. Have fun with it. That is what the show is for. And again, I can't thank each and every one of you enough. You guys really have created such an awesome atmosphere here. Tilly replaced Kotri as the spiritual leader, says Ty Briggs. Now, that's an interesting connection there, and you might actually be onto something. Because, yes, we know Father Kotri, he was the kind of spiritual leader in the town. He was the only priest in there, the man of faith. And then, boom, he gets killed off. And then who do we get? We get this freaking Tilly character who's holding kind of prayer groups and rain dances and all kinds of weird stuff. So yeah, maybe she was the replacement for Kotri. That's possible. That's possible. We've seen good come from evil and evil come from good. Very, very true, Professor. Sometimes some of the most evil deeds around can be born out of something good originally, and as you mentioned, vice versa can be the truth as well. So again, as binary as some of these things are, as black and white as some of these things are, sometimes it's not always as black and white as we originally think it is on the surface. So no, yeah, you make a very great point. A very great point, Professor. I like it. Xavier says, I think Kenny and Jim are at the Millbrook, a.k.a. Cannibal Village, where Martin was from. I saw pictures with chains and handcuffs on the fence in front of the cabin. Ooh, interesting. Interesting. Yeah, could Martin potentially... I mean, we hear Martin says, he asked Boyd, did you come from the town? But how do we know for certain Martin is referring to our town of Fromville? Could Martin have been referring to this town? I think that's possible, Xavier. I think that's definitely possible because we're not quite sure what time period Martin came from. Was he part of the town during the 1978 time period when Victor was a child? Or could Martin be from a much earlier kind of time period as well? Again, it seemed like he had been locked in that place for years. And not only that, it seemed like the worms were the only thing that were keeping him alive. So if the worms are keeping him alive, how do we know Martin wasn't 100, 200, 300 years old for all we know? So yeah, there's a lot of question marks going on there, and I think that could be just as plausible as him being from our town that we know, that he's maybe from this weird kind of cannibal village as we've been referring to it as. That could be possible. I definitely think that could be possible. Awesome stuff. Yeah, I want to learn more about this Cannibal Village place. It's super trippy. It was super cool looking, and again, you could definitely tell it was very, very old. This is not some new settlement by any stretch of the imagination. These are very old buildings. But yeah, could this be the quote unquote town that Martin was referring to? And I mean, we kind of initially assumed it was our town that we know and love, our town of Fromville, but maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was this one. I think that's possible, and I like that, Xavier. That's a good one. Back to look like she can make. Back to look like she can make some food, mac and cheese. She might have to do Tian Chen's job. Maybe. I mean, yeah, who's going to step up and fill Tian Chen's shoes now that she's gone? She was the one who fed the entire town. And not only did she feed the entire town, it seemed like she was very good at stretching resources and making something out of nothing. I mean, anyone that can make a Salisbury steak out of a tire iron has some skills at the end of the day. So yeah, who's going to be in charge of feeding the entire town now and distributing the food and making sure everybody is fed? Tian Chen was perfect for the job, but who knows? Who knows? My brain can't even fathom half of the theories y'all come up with. I feel like the show. I feel slow. Oh, no, never feel slow. This is such a great place to learn about Fromville. Well, thank you so much for that, Luna. I very, very appreciate that. But no, never feel slow. I mean, again, some of the theories we come up with, they can be a little bit out there sometimes. But again, that's what's fun. I mean, that's what I have fun with the show about. I mean, yes, whenever I'm coming up with theories that I really think are going to play out on the show, I try to craft those theories based only on things we've actually seen in the show, not things that I think might come. But again, every once in a while, it's kind of fun to kind of throw that out and throw on the tinfoil hat and just dive into the rabbit hole and see where it leads. So thank you for that. And again, never feel slow. I mean, everybody's welcome here, whether you're theorizing or whether you're just along for the ride. Everybody is welcome here. Also, the grandmother exited the house and looked in the shed, indicating the nightmare monsters don't have a hone in on where people are, but they somehow know what is said during the day. Very good point. Very good point. I mean, clearly they don't know like where they are at any individual time, because we know that even before Boyd found the talismans, these people that's what they used to do at night. They would hide. They would find different places to hide, whether it was, behind the wall inside the barn, or digging, or literally digging holes in the ground each night in different places. We saw that people can successfully hide from these things. And like you mentioned, grandma is looking all over for them and had no idea where they were. Yet for some reason, they seem to know very intimate details about these people. They know their names. They know what is said during the day, as you mentioned. So yeah, there's so much there that we really need to learn how the monsters are getting their information. How do they know what they know, and how do they not know what they don't know? Because that would be, knowing what the monsters don't know is just as valuable as knowing what they do know definitively, because each way it's a data point that we can go off. But no, you make a good point. I mean, as much as these monsters know about these people in terms of personal knowledge, names, weird things like that, it doesn't seem like they know where they are 24/7 at any given moment. Otherwise, none of these people would ever be able to hide from the monsters, which we know they have successfully been able to do. So no, it's a very good point. A very good point. I would not follow Tilly in any spiritual way. She's too much of a gossiper and instigator. I'm right there with you, Angela E. I don't know if I could follow Fanny Pat Granny down the spiritual hole. She's a little too sus for me. A little too sus for me, especially when she starts pointing that finger of scorn there. The Fanny Pack finger of scorn. But I don't know. I don't know. I mean, part of me wants to think that Tilly is just this kind of quirky grandmother character. I mean, everybody's had a crazy aunt or a crazy grandmother like that. Just a little bit quirky. They're old. Kind of just deal with it. But then again, maybe Tilly is a little bit sus. I mean, a lot of people were pointing out her being in Elgin's dream in episode 1. A lot of people found that as weird. And maybe it was weird. Maybe it was a little bit weird that she was in the dream. Or maybe it was just as simple as Elgin had been spending a lot of time with her recently, teaching her how to crochet, so she happened to just be in his dream as well. I could see it going either way, but again, part of me really wants to hope that Tilly's just this kind of helpless, harmless grandmother that's a little bit quirky and a little bit out there. But it's, again, a lot of you have brought up some pretty interesting points pointing to Tilly maybe being a little bit sus. So yeah, I think it could go either way in terms of Tilly. I think it could go either way. Maybe just this quirky grandmother, or maybe some kind of, villainous witch that we have no idea what her true intentions are. I feel like it could go either way at this point. But no, good stuff. I still think they need a link to the town to end up there. Bracelet, fiance, however distance those links were, which is why/how Tabitha ends up back in Fromville. Yeah, again, we a lot of stuff we need to uncover. The bracelet, another huge mystery, of course. We've been kind of racking our brains ever since very early on the show, trying to figure out what the mystery of this bracelet really is. And again, it's unfortunate that I did see one spoiler earlier on, and I'm not even 100% sure if it's an actual real spoiler or if it was just somebody kind of trolling me in my comment section. It's really hard to know when someone comes into the comment section and says something outlandish. It's hard to know if it's a real spoiler or if it's someone, again, just trolling or messing around. But if what I saw in my comment section does turn out to be true, it could potentially start to give us at least a better direction to look in terms of what this whole bracelet thing might be. But that's all I'll say there. Of course, you guys know me. I would never spoil anything intentionally. And again, I don't know if what I saw is even a spoiler or if it was just somebody screwing with me. So I try not to pay attention to too much. And I try as hard as I can to avoid big spoilers. And that's another reason why I never want early access for this show. I would be going nuts right now if I already saw the first, however many episodes and just wouldn't be able to talk about it. And then, of course, I wouldn't even feel right doing videos either, because, when you get early access and you continue to do videos, it's just a little, at that point, you're not really theorizing if you already know what's coming. So I try to stay away from that. And that's one of the main reasons why I will never accept early access for this show. I want to watch with everybody else. I want to learn what is happening with each and every one of you every single week. I don't want to know all the answers ahead of time. I don't want to watch a bunch of episodes ahead of time. That would be a nightmare for me. It just does not sound fun at all. For me, the fun part of this is the mystery, is unraveling this crazy journey together as we go along. So I would not want any of the answers that the general public didn't already have as well, because then it just doesn't, it's just not fun then. And then again, I wouldn't feel comfortable making videos if I had early access either, because it's just kind of disingenuous, in my opinion, to continue to do theory videos if you already know what's coming. But again, that's just my personal take on it. That is why I personally decline early access for the show, and will every year if it's ever offered. Politely decline, of course, because I love the show and I want to learn these mysteries as they come. I don't want to see anything early personally. But that's just my personal take on it. I know everybody has their different take on on early access, and that is totally cool. But that's just me personally. I can't speak for anybody else but me. Was Martin's military tattoo from an early Marines? Yes, Nikki, it was. That was one thing we did kind of look up early on in season 2 when we first saw that Marine tattoo, and apparently it is a little bit older. It's definitely not a current military tattoo. I mean, I wish Aldous was here, because Aldous is our military expert, and Ravener as well. Ravener knows quite a lot as well. So I don't want to say the date and be wrong, but I do remember it was an older military tattoo. I remember them saying that the design they traced back to a much earlier date. Certainly wasn't a new one. So yeah, that could be an indication that Martin is maybe a little bit older than we thought. Maybe a little bit older than we thought. Yeah, he had a eagle, globe, and anchor. Yeah, that's what he had, and apparently that indicates that it is a little bit older, I guess. Yeah, awesome. Zoom in, Jeremy. Zoom in on this one, on this Cannibal Village shot. Where am I zooming into? I know that this shots are not very clean, unfortunately. But if you want me to zoom in, I can. But again, these aren't my HD shots, unfortunately. But yeah, here's Cannibal Village in all of its glory. Cannibal Village in all of its glory. That's as far as I can go, though, unfortunately. That is as far as this lets me zoom. I mean, I can open up another program and kind of zoom in a little bit further, but again, these stills are not too crisp, so I'll have to get my crisper ones for tomorrow's stream, for sure. For sure. Reminds me of a nightmare world. What if the nightmare world is the subconscious world mankind has dreams about that is software program our actions in the real world? Ooh, interesting. Now you're touching on some very interesting, philosophical ideas there, and I like that. I very much like that. I like being challenged, and I like, theories and shows that really make you think. But no, I mean, that's interesting. We have seen a lot of hints to dreams and nightmares and the kind of dreamlike state sprinkled all throughout this show, both in the show, in the promotion of the show, in the music that the show plays. Like, tons of the songs that come out of the jukebox are always, almost, not every time, but just about, I would probably say 75% of the songs that we hear coming through the jukebox are in some way or another referring to dreams in some manner, or nightmares in some manner. So yeah, dreams and nightmares definitely seem like they're playing a pretty big role on the show. When we look back at the monsters themselves, their actual official designation is nightmare creatures. And then we look at some of the things that were happening in season 2, where it seems like people's dreams, or things inside people's dreams, were being pulled into the real world. Like Kenny getting burnt by the cicada in his dream, waking up with the burn still on his arm. Elgin, of course, we've talked about Elgin a million times in terms of him being drowned by that weird kimono ghastly entity creature, and then he wakes up spitting out water from his dream. So we are seeing clear indications of things being pulled out of dreams into the real world. And then we have the whole Sarah and Nathan theory as well, in terms of her thinking that people's fears and nightmares can literally be pulled out of them and manifested in the forest. And we also get that interesting little line from Martin as well, when Martin first meets Boyd. One of the first things he says to Boyd when he's warning Boyd to get out before the music starts is that there are nightmares in the forest, Boyd. things that we were never meant to see, things beyond our wildest imagination. And I think Boyd has already seen a glimpse of some of those nightmares in the forest when he sees the vision of his wife, Abby, kind of wrapped in all of those spider webs. It seems like that was potentially one of Boyd's fears getting pulled right out of him and manifested in the forest. So yeah, we're seeing so many instances that dreams or nightmares are playing some kind of role here on the show. And I even did a theory a little while back in terms of that potentially being where maybe the monsters came from. Maybe the monsters' official designation being called quote unquote nightmare creatures. Maybe that was a little bit more of a hint than we originally thought. Maybe these creatures were actually pulled directly out of someone's nightmare, and that's how they got here in Fromville. Maybe that's how a lot of these entities and dark things, appear. Maybe these things are straight out of people's nightmares. But I don't know. I do not know. All I know is the show is definitely doing a lot with dreams and nightmares, and to the point where I'm very much convinced that nightmares and dreams are going to have a very big role in the show going forward. But in what capacity, we still don't know. We still don't know. It looks like Elgin is probably going to be heading into that territory in season 3. It looks like we're already starting to see that Elgin is being plagued by his nightmares. He keeps having these weird nightmares of this weird kimono creature, this ghastly entity. But then what makes it even more interesting is, according to Elgin, after he has these dreams, he wakes up and he can't remember it. The only thing he can remember is that he feels like something is watching him when he's sleeping. When he's sleeping, he sees this vision of this weird kimono monster, yet when he wakes up, he's kind of just left with the feeling that something is watching him while he's sleeping. So I wonder how long it's going to be until Elgin actually remembers this thing while he's awake. Because again, as of right now, the only thing he remembers when he's awake is that he feels like something is watching him. It doesn't seem like he's actually remembered this creature while he's awake yet. But I'm sure he will at some point. Just like in season 2, it seems like it took the entire season for Elgin to eventually remember the dream that the boy in white sent him, in terms of giving him the nursery rhyme that we were hearing a lot in season 2. But for the entirety of the season, it seems like Elgin just couldn't quite remember what he saw in that dream. So I wouldn't be surprised if that is a theme that we're going to see throughout the show, where Elgin is having these weird dreams, yet when he wakes up, he's having trouble remembering exactly what he saw, similar to, again, this weird kimono creature, maybe. But yeah, I love the dream aspect. I love the dream and the nightmare aspect of From and what it could potentially mean. And we learned something a little bit earlier. A few weeks back, I stumbled upon a clip from Jack Bender, the director of From, and he was explaining a little bit of the monsters' origins, or not exactly their origins, but the origin of their design. What inspired the show to make the monsters look the way that they did. And one of their big inspirations for the nightmare creatures, the regular monsters that we know and love, was apparently the famous painting from Francis Bacon of the Screaming Pope. Which is an incredibly interesting painting. I think I might have it here. Francis Bacon did a lot of very trippy, weird paintings. And in them, a lot of them would be kind of always referring to, in some way, shape, or form, dreams or the dreamlike state. This right here is the painting that the monsters in the show were based on. Now, again, not their origin, where they came from, but in terms of the physical aesthetic, what the monsters look like. This right here was the original inspiration for the monsters. They kind of designed what the monsters were going to look like based off of this painting. And then when I started to research Francis Bacon's work a little bit more, you start to find some very interesting and trippy things pertaining to dreams and nightmares and the conscious and unconscious state. That is pretty much what Francis Bacon's work is kind of dedicated towards. The differences between the conscious and the unconscious mind. So again, part of me starts to wonder, could they have taken a little bit more inspiration from Francis Bacon than just aesthetically? Could there be a little bit more to these monsters than just the nightmare kind of the Screaming Pope painting that we see here? Could that be a little bit more than just the physical aesthetics that we see the monsters have, their physical, attributes in terms of how they look, the claws, the fangs? Could there be a little bit more there in terms of the whole dreamlike state? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe. Who knows? But I feel like they're weaving all of these nightmares and all of these dream references in the show for a reason, I feel, and it's going to have a big part to play. Whatever dreams, whatever nightmares, whatever big part they are going to play, it does seem like it is important. It definitely seems like nightmares and dreams are important in this place. But again, who knows what's really going on here? But again, I did find that was pretty interesting to know that this painting right here, this exact painting right here, was what they based the monster's design off of. And you can kind of see a little bit of the similarities in terms of the long, screaming kind of face. You know, obviously they took this and completely reworked it to make it a monster, but this was the original image that they had in mind that originally inspired the design of the monsters. So I thought that was pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool. And I've been researching Francis Bacon's work ever since. And again, there's just so much trippy stuff. So much trippy stuff in Francis Bacon's work that makes you think, okay, maybe there's a little bit more going on there than just aesthetically. But again, who knows? Kimono Woman looks mummified or desiccated, as Chrissy calls Smiley's insides during his autopsy. That's a good point. She does kind of look a little bit desiccated, doesn't she? Yeah, let me pull her back up. Let's take another look at Kimono Monster. And let's see what we can see. Because, yes, Kimono Monster is incredibly creepy looking, and she does kind of almost look a little bit desiccated. You are right about that. We see her here. I mean, she looks, her cheeks are kind of sunken in. You know, cheeks are sunken in. She's covered in water. It almost looks like she's got, you know, like she's been in water for years. That her, you know, her skin is kind of all pruny, desiccated a little bit, as you say. Definitely looks a little bit of desiccation going on there, like she's kind of rotting, almost mummified, like you said. I definitely see a little bit of a mummification going on there in terms of the degrading cheeks and stuff, the degrading neck, the skin, the arms. Very mummified for sure. I like it. I like it. Yeah, the screaming pulp comes from that Black Plague era and famine. Yeah, and I wonder if, you know, if it has any kind of inspiration beyond just the aesthetics even. And you know, it's, again, when you start to look at his work and how it's very rooted in dreams and nightmares in the unconscious state, you start to wonder, okay, what exactly is the show trying to tell us about dreams and nightmares? What role are they ultimately going to play? I don't know, but I look forward to finding out. They remind me of 30 Days of Night. Yes, the 30 Days of Night, 30 Days of Night Vampires, one of the better comic book movie adaptations, I would say. Definitely. Just a small delight for y'all. Maybe a 6-year-old just got super excited to see me in here and said this is her favorite YouTube channel. Oh, wow, that is super awesome. Wow, thank you so much. Well, that is super awesome to hear, and so glad to hear that, and so glad to see Shadow Skulk here in the chat with us. One of the coolest members of our chat is Shadow Skulk. So thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. And thank you so much to your 6-year-old. I hope they are enjoying the show. We'll try to keep it the cursing to a minimum. I promise. But thank you for that. I appreciate that. That means a lot. That does mean a lot. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We got Michael Thompson. Hello, everyone. We finally got power in Tallahassee, Florida. Can't wait to see the new episode tomorrow. Oh, wow. Well, Michael, I am super glad that you got your power back. Earlier at the beginning of the stream, I did kind of want to send out a message and, you know, send my best wishes and prayers to everybody down there in the area who has been affected. Because, again, I've been looking at a little bit of the coverage on the news, and it really looks like some spots were hit really bad with this hurricane. So I hope you are staying safe. I hope your family is safe. I hope your loved ones are safe, your friends. And that goes, again, for everybody. Anybody that's down there in that area, anyone who is even close to in proximity of this nasty hurricane, I hope everybody is staying safe and looking after their loved ones and friends. And hopefully everybody comes through the other side okay. But that's great. I'm so glad that you got your power back. Awesome. So glad you were able to join us. And yeah, I'm right there with you. I cannot wait for episode 2. Cannot wait for episode 2. But again, hope everybody is staying safe down there. And my thoughts and prayers are with everybody affected by the hurricane. Because we get them bad up here too. I mean, we get hit with some pretty nasty weather up here every once in a while. Being so close to the coast, we kind of get nailed every once in a while. And it sucks. I mean, you hate to see stuff like that happen when it affects entire communities, like what's happening down there right now. So, wish you all the best, and I hope everybody is staying safe. And thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. What if adults' nightmares create monsters and children's fantasies / imaginations dictates what happens? Ooh, now that's interesting. That is interesting. Yeah, part of me really thinks that nightmares or people's worst nightmares being manifested in this place is definitely going to be a thing that we're going to continue to see going forward. But I like your aspect to it, that in terms of that maybe children's fantasies and imaginations dictate what happens. And could that potentially be a wink and a nod to maybe Ethan, the whole Chromonaucle story that he has been crafting? We see Ethan arrives here very early on, and he's kind of looking at Fromville, the monsters. He's kind of looking at all of it like it's one giant quest. And ever since he's kind of presented it like it's one giant quest, we have seen aspects of it really kind of playing out like it's some giant quest where, Tabitha has her part to play, Boyd has his part to play, Jade has his part to play, Victor and Ethan have their part to play. So no, that's a pretty interesting concept, Dasha. I think that's a pretty interesting concept indeed, that maybe these nightmares are being pulled directly out of nightmares or everyone's heads that's being stuck here, but maybe it's the fantasies and the kind of the wonderful mind of children and how their creativity can be almost endless at that age, that is kind of shaping how these things play out. That's interesting. I like that idea. I can't say I've heard of that one before, but I really like that idea. Awesome stuff. Yeah, Francis Bacon, great artist. The sublime always screams. Yeah, I wasn't too familiar with him until I learned about the From connection. But ever since learning about Francis Bacon and his kind of inspiration that he had on crafting these monsters, I've been so fascinated with the work, just so freaking fascinated with it. Not only aesthetically, not only does he kind of create very provocative and interesting images that do kind of almost look like they're pulled directly out of people's nightmares sometimes. But then when you look a little deeper to the kind of message that he's trying to convey with his work, yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff there. Indeed. I like it. Jasmine was probably telling the truth. I feel like the monsters are tortured and or cursed souls, and she very well could be. I mean, it's hard to know 100% if she was telling the truth or not, but we do see some other kind of surrounding evidence that points to these things maybe being human at one point. Because those are my kind of two things. If these monsters weren't pulled directly out of someone's nightmare, then I do think that's probably the next most likely aspect, that all of these things were human at one point, and something incredibly devastating happened to them, whether they were cursed or put through some weird kind of experiment and got turned into these things. Those are really my two kind of answers for the monsters. If they weren't pulled directly out of the nightmare, they were put through something horrific and they were human at one point. Because even Christy seems to think they were human at one point after we get that whole autopsy scene in season 2, where she kind of cuts open Smiley and she can see, yes, Smiley's very desiccated and he's completely shriveled up, but his insides still have all of the same human anatomy that we have. So there is a lot of at least evidence pointing to these things maybe being human at some point, and maybe something horrifically wrong happened to them that turned them into these creatures. I think that's very, very, very possible. Very possible. Sounds like Inception meets Shutter Island. It does a little bit, Ty, doesn't it? It does a little bit of Inception meets Shutter Island. Yeah. I can't imagine living in the Black Plague timeline. Oh man, right? You said it. Don't even worry about it. I mean, just back then, especially back then when we had very, very little knowledge as humans in terms of what disease did, how deadly disease was, how it spread, etc. There was just so much about it we didn't know back then. So that's why things like the Black Plague were incredibly deadly and went on to kill as many people as they did, because we just didn't really know much about disease back then. There's so much that was just superstition. A lot of it was kind of based on faith. People thought they could pray away diseases. We weren't as educated on the subject as we are now. So yeah, I couldn't imagine living back then during the Black Plague timeline. That must have been so rough. I mean, we're lucky that the human race even kind of pulled out of that thing on the other side, when you look at just how bad it really got in some places of Europe in particular. Yeah, rough timeline indeed. Rough timeline indeed. I didn't know that. Learned something new and interesting. Awesome, awesome, Melissa Ann. Yeah, it was something very new that I just learned as well. In terms of if you're referring to the whole Francis Bacon connection. Yeah, I mean, I just learned about this just a few months ago, and apparently that was a video that was put out when season 1 came out. Jack Bender talking about Francis Bacon and the whole kind of inspiration for the monsters and what they look like. I don't know how I never caught that video until now, but it seems like the entire fandom didn't see that video until now. So yeah, you know, even after all these years, after researching everything I possibly can about From, we're still learning some new stuff every once in a while, which is awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Some historians believe Francis Bacon wrote Shakespeare's famous literary work. Ooh, yeah, there is those kind of, you know, the anonymous kind of writer that Shakespeare didn't really write any of his famous plays, that he was just the kind of the public face of them. And maybe it's true. Who knows? Maybe it's true. That's cool. That is cool. Awesome stuff. Oh, we got Crazy Mad for 19.99. Thank you so much, Crazy Mad. Play this link, Jeremy. Trust me, it's a gift from Dana and Scarlett. Cameo receipt. Okay, let me see if I can even play that. I mean, I have really crappy internet. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to play that right now. But let me try. But thank you so much for the 19.99. And thank you so much, Dana and Scarlett. Oh, no. Wait a minute. What did you guys do? What did you guys do? I see Jade. I see Jade. What did you guys do for my birthday? Uh-oh. All right, I'm going to have to download this and upload it right to StreamYard. I'm going to have to download this and upload it right to StreamYard. Let's see. Download. Oh, I can't download it. I'm not on Cameo. All right, I'm going to have to screen record this and play it that way. Crap. Crap. All right, let's see if I can even pull it up. Wait a minute. What did you guys do? What did you guys do? You got me blushing. You guys got me blushing. If you guys had David Alpoy send me a message for my birthday, I'm going to lose it. I'm going to freaking lose it here. Holy cow. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. All right, let me see if I can figure this out. Let me see. You know, these are one of the pitfalls of having this crappy internet. Our internet is supposed to be getting upgraded in our area pretty soon. So pretty soon, my internet problems are going to be over. But until then, Scarlett, what'd you do? What did you guys do? The kimono lady makes me think of the Yuri from Japanese mythology, maybe Umbe or On Ryo. Ooh. Yeah, a lot of people were thinking that she was maybe some kind of Oni, some kind of Japanese demon spirit, like an Oni or something like that, or a Kitsune, maybe. Could be. Could be. All right, I'm going to have to screen record this and see if I can upload it directly to my StreamYard. So while I do that, I will play a quick little clip for you guys. Let's see, just so I can screen record this real quick and come back and watch it. What will I play? I'll play the season 2 trailer real quick, just so I can screen record this thing. Wow, what did you guys do? What did you guys do? All right, here we go. Let's play the trailer real quick, and I will try to screen record this thing super fast and upload it to StreamYard.
Oh my God.
Like a dream.
It was an ambush.
How many did you save?
Just like a dream.
You did the only thing you could do. And you lost.
Like a dream.
Look, we're still in this thing.
The day you walked away.
But we have no idea what we're dealing with.
Unfortunately.
Things are getting worse around here, aren't they?
Boyd, we're out of food.
Too many things are changing here. I have to remember.
Remember what?
What's missing?
Nothing that I've been through is possible.
I think you're here for what's in the basement.
This place will not break us. We can still win. But the only way we go home is together.
Hello.
The game here is rigged. Why can't they leave us alone?
No matter what this place throws at us, we're gonna find our way home. Everybody just talks about how afraid they are of dying. Well, I don't think that's the worst thing that can happen to you here. Hello?
Like a dream
You looking for these?
into my life,
You can't save them all.
but things are really hard than you see.
You said this place couldn't break you. That's what you said. Let's see.
You're so strong. You're so strong. Just no. I know.
It's all just a dream. What if all this was designed just to see how we react?
What if this place is trying to torture me?
What if the people these monsters are killing, what if they're all in on it?
What if this is all some kind of fucked up experiment?
What if the answers are out there? Maybe we just didn't go out far enough.
Oh my God, I cannot believe what I have just seen. Oh my God, this is the coolest birthday present I have had in ever. Holy cow. All right, I'm uploading this right now and I am going to share it with you. Wow. Dana, Scarlett, I will never forget this. I will never, ever forget this. Wow. Okay, let me get this uploaded. Let me play this for you guys. Holy cow, this is the coolest birthday present I have ever seen in my life. Wow, you guys drove me to tears a little bit. I don't get choked up often. Holy cow. Wow, I'm speechless. I'm kind of speechless here. Okay, it's uploading right now. I'm going to play this for everybody. Wow, I am speechless. I'm absolutely speechless. And here's Dana gifting another membership. Thank you so much, Dana. You guys are absolutely awesome. Wow, crazy mad. Thank you. Wait a minute. All right, okay. Let me get my bearings. I'm kind of geeking out here a little bit. I'm kind of a little starstruck. I just talked. Holy cow! What? Okay. All right. Let's play this. Oh my God. All right. It's almost uploaded, guys. It is almost uploaded. Bear with me. Oh my God, I don't know what to say. I don't get tongue-tied or speechless for too often. But this did it. This definitely did it. Like, wow. Scarlett, Dana, wow, holy cow. Wow. All right. Okay. It's almost done. It's almost uploaded. Jeez. I can't believe it. We got Chocolate Beauty, who's been remembered for 1 month. It's Libra season. Yes, it is. Shout out to all my Libras out there. Welcome. Man. All right. Here it is. It is loaded up. I am going to play it for each and every one of you. And I'm going to probably going to see me play this a lot over the course of season 3. Because this might be the coolest birthday present I've received in years. Holy cow. Wow, yeah, I know, emotional Jeremy, right? Shit, man, this is so cool. This is so freaking cool. All right, without further ado, let me play it. Again, it's just a quick little screenshotted version. I didn't have a chance to perfect it, but I will have a perfected version uploaded for the stream tomorrow night. That will definitely play again. But I at least had to kind of do a quick little screen recorded version just so you guys could hear this. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Dana, Scarlett, anybody who had a hand in this. Holy cow. Wow. Here it is. Wow, here it is. Oh no, there's no audio. No. Oh, guys, I might have. Oh no. All right. All right, let me do this over. No. Uh-oh, I might have to premiere this on tomorrow's stream, unfortunately. Oh my God. Oh my God. I gotta find a way to just direct download it. Apparently, they do not let you screen record audio on Cameo. Whoa, all right, all right. I deeply apologize for the delay, everybody. I'm a little tongue-tied here. This is so freaking cool. But I might have to download it directly and play it on tomorrow night's stream. Wow. Holy cow. Holy cow. He said so much. He said so much. It wasn't just like a quick 10-second freaking clip. It's almost 3 minutes long of David Alpoy giving me the freaking Jade, my favorite character on the show. A guy I absolutely love, giving me a happy birthday. Holy cow. Oh yeah, Dana, if you can share your screen, yeah, let me send you the link. Let me send you and Scarlett the link. If you guys can share your screen and pop on here and play it, we will do that right now. I'm going to send you guys the link on Twitter. Yeah, if you guys want to pop in real quick, hell yeah, absolutely. Let me get this link. Let me invite guest, copy. Holy shit! Wow, you guys did not have to do this. Wow. All right, Dana, you have the link. Scarlett, I'm sending it to you now. Holy guacamole. Holy guacamole. All right, Dana and Scarlett, you guys should both have the link in your DMs on Twitter. I just sent it to both of you. Yeah, if you guys want to pop on and we'll play this in, if you guys can share your screen, we will play it for the chat. Because, wow. Holy cow. And thank you so much, Dana Marie, for the $2. Very much appreciate that, my friend. I feel like I owe a bunch of freaking woes out to everybody. Whoa! Whoa! Jesus. Okay, all right. Let me come back down to earth a little bit. Scarlett, you mad lad. Absolute mad lad.
Look,
oh my God.
Dana hooked it up for you. Dana got the hook up. You know she does.
God.
And it's so beautiful.
That
how
was
could
the
we
coolest
not?
thing.
How could we not let you have that for your birthday? It was just too perfect.
I can't thank you guys enough. That was the coolest freaking thing I've ever seen. Like that made my birthday. There's nothing I'm going to get this year that's going to be cool. And I thought just for the simple fact that From Season 3 was coming back right around my birthday, I figured that was more than enough of a birthday present. But you guys really just went completely above and beyond. I will never forget this. Wow. Thank you so much. Holy cow.
Dana's on her way. I just sent it to her in Discord. That way it was easier for her.
Right.
She has it for sure to share.
Awesome.
Yes. I know that was,
wow.
It was, even when we saw it, we didn't expect it to be as much as it was. So it was really like, we were even like, oh my God.
Like, wow. It's like, that's the coolest message I've ever received in my life. And again, from my favorite character that I've seen in any show or movie for a very long time. I absolutely love Jade. I mean, you guys know I love Jade.
All right, ding-dongs. It's almost go time. Anybody fucks this up, you spend a night in the box.
Yes, he played the clip. Yes, that was how we envisioned it. Was with that clip played as well.
Oh my God, Dana!
Can you hear me? I
absolute
couldn't find my
madlab.
headphones.
I can hear you. Yeah, you're coming through.
Okay, because I
you.
couldn't find my headphones. I've been trying to get your attention all night.
Oh my God, I can't believe this. I cannot believe what you guys did. This is truly from the bottom of my heart. I can't thank you both enough. Like this is such a cool birthday present, and wow, I'm speechless. I'm genuinely speechless. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much.
Okay, you're most welcome. You deserve it, Jeremy. Guys, he's the best. You all know.
Because
Jeremy deserves it
pulling it
more.
up.
Wow. Holy cow.
Give me a second. You know I'm
No, you take your time. Take your time. Wow. And thank you everybody for the birthday
I'm
wishes.
so excited. You have no idea when I got this, I was so excited.
Wow. Holy
I know
cow.
she's been sitting on it for a few days. She's like, dang it, we got to give it to her. We got to give it to her. I'm like, I know. How are we going to do this? How are we going to do it? We were trying to plan it, and then we didn't know. And we're like, dang it, I don't know what to do.
No,
so we
you
got
guys did
Crazy
it
Matt
perfect.
involved. We knew Crazy Matt would get you attention. It worked out perfect.
Thank you so much, Crazy Matt, as well, for your involvement, my friend. Wow, I'm speechless. I'm legit speechless. I don't get speechless often. I don't get starstruck often. But holy cow, I absolutely love David Alpoy. I love him as Jade. He's my favorite character. And the fact that you guys went above and beyond to do this for me is, I'll never forget this. I promise you, I will never forget this. It's just, wow.
Of course.
Holy cow.
Of course. You're the only person I think to do this for.
Oh, man.
So let me know if you guys are ready. Can you see it?
Yes.
I'm ready. Yes, I see it. I'm going to pull it up right now. Here we go, chat.
Okay.
The coolest birthday present I have ever received. It's all yours, Dana.
No, not the sound. All right, Dana, send it to me because I'll be able to. How do I just click the link?
What? No sound?
Are
No
you
sound
on? Are you
again.
on? You're on. Is it not going to let us do sound?
I don't know. What am I doing wrong?
Let me go back and refine the link. Send me the link, Dana. I'll see if I can't get it to.
Oh man, yeah,
Damn
we're
it!
teasing
Why
the
is
chat
this so
bad. I
difficult?
love it.
It's okay, we'll get it.
Such a difficult thing.
It's okay, we will figure it out. We'll get there.
Techno Dana fucking does it again.
No,
Oh,
it's
man.
fine. We will get it. We will not allow
Oh,
this to
man.
not happen, one way or another.
Well, in the meantime, thank you so much, everybody, for all of the birthday wishes. You guys have just been. I mean, I can't appreciate all the support enough. You guys really do make this whole fandom just above and beyond anything I ever would have imagined it could have become, and that is thanks to you guys, the Scarlets, the Danas. You guys have been here since day one with me, building up this community together. I can't thank you enough. I cannot thank you enough, and thank you so much, Vic, as well. Thank you, Vic, for the $9.99. Happy birthday. Oh my God, Jade. So awesome. Yes, I know, right? Holy shit.
And you know,
wow.
I mean, we don't tell you enough that if it wasn't for what you've done
tell me
for
more
me
than
and
enough.
Scarlett, like, no, seriously, and in all honesty, you threw us on your channel. You gave us the opportunity to make our channels. And this is just a little way that we can say thank you.
That is not a little thank you by any stretch of the imagination. That is the coolest thank you I've ever received, by far. Like, holy cow.
It's really funny how it worked out, because my friend reached out to me to do something like this, and I was originally going to get you someone from Lost, because I didn't think that there would be anybody from that he'd be able to get for me. And he's like, but what, you put something up. What are you watching now? And I was like, we're watching From, but I don't think. He was like, that sounds so familiar. And he was like, we have someone. And he was like, this guy named David. And I was like, holy shit.
Oh my God.
Holy shit. I was like, yes, please. Please give me. Give me now. So my
Wow.
friend came through for me.
Came through like I'm speechless. Like, holy cow.
I'm glad.
All right, yeah. Let's see. Let's see if
This
this
is the only
will
thing I know.
play.
I did it on Google. Did all of that. I'm pretty sure sound is sharing. If it doesn't work, then I don't know. It's past my pay grade. Here we go.
Jeremy, listen. If Scarlett and Dana Marie are telling the truth, I love you already, man. You are a kind human being. You're one of the kindest streamers on YouTube. A+, 5 stars. Highly recommend. You're the best. They reached out to me because they wanted me to put together a little cameo for you. Pardon the buses and commuter traffic around me here in Los Angeles. I love that you have 25,000 subscribers. Holy cow, that's incredible. As a complete muppet on social media myself, and not really understanding the point of it or what I'm supposed to do when I'm on there, I'm very impressed. These are very good numbers. Congratulations, good for you. So what is happening? Apparently it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And you're going to be streaming our show and breaking it down. Good on you, man. Awesome. It's From Week. You're doing the From things. I'm very excited. What a crazy episode. I assume you've already seen it, but if you haven't, holy crap. And so many crazy things happen in that episode. I feel like it's off to a good start this season. I feel like there's something just a little bit different about the season. I feel like there's a different energy that's been sort of injected into it, and it's very powerful. I will say this. I will say that I watched it for the first time with just a giant auditorium full of strangers, friendly strangers, however, who like the show, and it was very emotional. I did also see a sneak peek of episode 2 with the cast at Harold's house, and there was not a dry eye in the room. And this is a pretty tough audience, right? Because it's like people who've seen behind the curtain. Didn't matter. They fucking loved it and cried hard because of things that they saw, because it's a TV show. Okay, Jeremy, congratulations. Happy birthday. You're so lucky to have friends like Anne-Marie and Dana Marie and Scarlett, my bad. And keep doing the amazing things you're doing, my friend. Take care. Have a great weekend. Keep striving. 25,000, 250,000 this time next year, buddy. All right, see ya.
Oh man,
Jeremy.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
happy birthday.
Oh my, wow.
Yes,
And he
this
has
time
this
next year
beard.
you're gonna be there. You keep climbing.
Oh my god. That is so cool. I can't thank you guys enough for this. This really is the coolest present I've gotten in so freaking long. Like, usually every year I get a little bit of cannabis and a thank you card for my birthday, which is fine. I'm at the point where I'm not really expecting birthday presents anymore at my age, but this is definitely the coolest thing anyone's done for my birthday in as long as I can remember. I can't thank you guys enough for this. This is just,
I'm glad. I tried
wow.
so hard. I sat on this for 2 days, and I was like, I don't think I could wait till. I was like, I don't think I could wait. Oh, he's going live tonight? I was like trying to message you. I was like, I have a video for you. I have a video for you. I couldn't hold on to it. It was killing me.
I feel like my cold is completely gone. I don't even feel sick anymore. Like that just completely knocked the cold right out of me. That was the cure right there. Holy
Nice.
cow. Wow. I can't. I truly. I'm never speechless like this. Fuck. I truly am speechless. So
it worked.
I can't thank you guys enough. This is so freaking cool. This will always mean so much to me. And again, this is something I will cherish for forever, even long after From is over.
I'm glad.
Yeah,
You have it forever. I mean, I couldn't believe it either when Dana showed it to me. We were just like, oh my god, this is the best.
And it wasn't just like a cheap little 10-second freaking video. It's over 2 minutes long, and wow.
I know. I said we were surprised, man. I'm so happy. I don't know what to say either, because we were happy because we knew you was gonna get it, and it was gonna be awesomeness and lots of love. And mushy stuff that we try not to say on stream because we know you don't like it.
Oh man, well I appreciate it. I can't thank you guys enough. This is definitely a birthday present I'll remember forever, for sure. Like, holy cow. Thank you so much.
You're
Thank
very
you.
welcome.
Very
And
welcome.
I'm glad you like it. And like I said, it's just a small token from Scarlett and I, because
That's a huge token. It's a huge token.
We wouldn't have our channels.
No,
seriously,
we even past the channels. Who knows? Me and Dana may not even be like the friends we are today had we not met through this community, through
That's
your
more
channel in
important than anything.
particular.
The fact that you and Dana kind of met, and I know how close friends you guys are, that is more rewarding than anything else, honestly. Just as rewarding as this video, to know that, you know, I facilitated in some small way, you know, a friendship between you two that will most likely last the rest of your lives. That is what is great about this fandom. You know, you never know what's going to happen, and I can't thank you guys enough. And I'm super proud of everything you guys are doing. You guys started up your own channels. You're covering your own content. You had a absolutely killer From stream the other day. Probably the best From stream anyone's had in a very long time. It was an absolute blast. Wow, you guys are awesome. You guys are absolutely awesome. I can't thank you enough.
And we do
awesome,
try to mirror
Jeremy.
you. We definitely try to take what you taught us, and emulate it in any way that we can, because it was your community that kind of made me feel comfortable enough to talk to people. So
no, I know how nerve-wracking it can be. I mean, I still get a little bit nervous every time before I hit the go live button. I mean, that's something that never fully really goes away, but right after you hit go live and you start talking, it kind of just instantly fades away. And that is thanks to all of you guys, everybody that pops up here in the chat. It's like you said, you guys have made this such a awesome freaking fandom, a fandom I'll be so proud of for so many years, even having a very small hand in kind of building it. I just can't thank you all enough. This is what it's all about, you know, sharing these things that we love with awesome people that we met along the way. And I'm super thankful. I'm super thankful for you two and for everybody in the chat. I mean, you guys made my birthday. Holy cow.
I'm glad. I'm sorry. I couldn't wait till Sunday.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
I know we
couldn't.
couldn't. There's just no way. I don't know if we would have been able to not talk about it in the Discord the night after. I would have been like, Jeremy, I can't tell you, but James got you something awesome.
I know, and I even had Ravener. Because I sent it to Ravener. I was like, "Look what came! Look what came! It finally came!"
And Ravener
was
me
like,
the heads up. Wow, Ravener.
No, because I was like, "You can't tell him." I was like, "You can't tell him." And then when you didn't see me, I'm like, "Okay, Crazy Mad's in there." I'm like, "Get his attention."
Oh my god!
I was like, "Get his attention," and it worked.
Wow. Jeez. I'm speechless. I really am speechless. I don't know what to say. I mean, and thank you guys. I see all the super chats coming in. Let me get through these real quick.
Yes.
Wow. Thank you so much, Chocolate Beauty, for the $10. Happy birthday, Libra season. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Vic. Happy birthday. Oh my God, Jade, so awesome. It doesn't get better than that. It does not get better than that. I got my boy D-Wag. What is up, D-Wag? Here's a $20 super chat because I'm poor. Happy B-Day. Well, thank you so much, D-Wag, man. You've been my friend for so long, even long before this channel even morphed into covering shows. Even back in the old comic days, D-Wag's been with me. And just like you and Scarlett, Dana, D-Wag is definitely a friend that I will have for life, just like you guys. Wow, I can't thank you all enough. Thank you so much, D-Wag. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We got Crazy Mad trying to throw a wrench in the plans, but it is not happening, brother. We are team homemade. Dana, if you hate that lasagna, then he'd pay attention to you. That is not true, Crazy Mad. That is slander.
I expect
that is
nothing
slander. Absolute slander. Wow. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Vanessa. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. This brought tears to my eyes because he knew how much you mean to Dana, Scarlett, and the Fromily community. Classy gift, ladies. You are the best. You really are. Like, this really just made my birthday. I was not expecting this. To see my favorite character on my favorite show wish me a happy birthday and talk about my channel. I'll never forget this. I don't know how you guys pulled this off, but holy cow. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Vanessa, for the 10. It did. This really choked me up. And again, I don't get choked up often. This was really special. This was very special. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Nikki, as well. Happy birthday to a fellow Libra. Yes, a fellow Libra. Happy birthday to all my Libras out there, or whatever you are. Happy early or late birthday to whatever you guys are out there. Again, as you can see, I'm a little tongue-tied because this is really just, again, I don't get speechless too often. This was just so freaking cool. Wow, thank you guys so much for all the super chats. And Dana and Scarlett, thank you so freaking much. Holy, just wow. Episode 2 is going to be off the hook now, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to have a phenomenal pregame show tomorrow night, and then Sunday night we are going to have the mother of all watch parties. And after the watch party, I'm going to throw the link in the chat. Anybody who wants to come and hop on with us for my birthday, you guys would be more than welcome. Dana and Scarlett, I hope you guys are here as well. And we're going to party. We are going to have some fun Sunday night, watch our favorite show, and dive into it afterwards and have a celebration. I cannot thank you guys enough for this. Holy cow. And thank you, Robert, as well. My brother, Robert, I love Robert so much. The guy is just he's just everything that I would want to be one day in terms of smarts, integrity, all of it. Like, Robert, you're such an awesome member of this fandom. And I don't think anyone would ever have a bad word to say about you, because you really are. You're the perfect example of how supportive a From fan can be. And I thank you so much, man. You've been a light in the chat. You've been a light in that Discord ever since it started up. And I very much appreciate you. Happy birthday, Jeremy. You absolutely deserve all of the accolades. Thank you for creating this wonderful community. Well, thank you for that. I don't feel like I deserve it personally. Again, I feel like you guys are the ones who created this awesome community. It's all of you in the chat, all of you in the Discord, all of you that watch the videos and share them out and kind of build this thing up. Dana and Scarlett creating channels, everybody creating their own channels now. It's awesome. You guys are all contributing to creating this just crazy, awesome little community we have here. And it's growing by the week, it seems. I just could not be happier for all of us. And I think we're going to have a phenomenal season. I do think this might be their best season ever in terms of all the crazy stuff they're going to be throwing at us. And we're going to be here every single day, every single step of the way. We are going to brave this ride together and hopefully solve some of these mysteries together and come out the other side that much better for it as we dive deeper and deeper into the rabbit holes. But man, again, thank you so much, Dana, Scarlett, Crazy, everybody in the chat. You guys have made this a very special birthday night. I can't thank you enough.
You're most welcome, most deserved, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for your channel and just as a whole the community, because you really do. Like, I know it's all of us, but you just help foster it. There's something about how welcoming you are and how I don't want to just say like acceptance, like, people say, oh, everybody's accepting, but no, you really do have this calm way about you that I don't know, it eases everybody, and it's the vibe you put out there. It attracts that sort of community.
Thank you. I mean, that does mean a lot, and that was our goal. I mean, that was one thing, Ravener, Snug, Aldous, and I, like, that was one thing we said super early on when we made the pivot from comics into covering, pop culture and entertainment. This was what we were striving towards. We wanted to one day have a community just like this, filled with people that love the same things that we do, that are passionate about the same things we do, that are respectful, kind. We have each other's backs. This really is, it's become a very close-knit, Fromily. Fromily is a very apt word for it, because you guys are becoming like family to me. So not just names in a chat, not just voices on a screen. You guys are becoming like family to me, each and every one of you. So again, I can't thank you all enough. And if I played even a small part in helping us create this community, that's something I will always cherish. And yeah, I won't forget this one. Thank you guys so much.
Well, we've seen how much you've grown. I remember when we first started watching From and celebrating 7K with you. Now you're at 25K. And like Jade said, next year, you're gonna be at fucking 250, and we're gonna celebrate.
I don't know about that, but I'll take wherever we are at this point next year. I'll be super grateful for whatever it is, and it's just this community right here is the foundation of this channel right here, and it's thanks to each and every one of you, and I won't be going anywhere. That is my personal promise to each and every one of you. You guys will always have a place to come and hang out here and talk From. Even when From is off, you guys will always have a place here to kind of dive into all the craziness, whatever other shows we end up covering here in the future. I hope you guys come along with us for those awesome rides. And again, you guys will always have a place here, each and every one of you. So thank you so much. Thank you. Wow.
I'm glad it made your birthday special.
It did. That completely. It's beyond special. I very much will cherish that video forever. And whenever I'm feeling down, I'll pull it out and look at it and say, hey, Jade knows who I am. And that's cool enough. I can die now. Jade knows who I am.
Jade knows.
Yes, I do.
Oh, man. Thank you so much. And thank you so much, Saul. Very much appreciate the 10, my friend. Thank you. I have never cried watching this channel until now. Dang, nabbit, Dana and Scarlett. Happy mother effing birthday, Jeremy. Thank you so much, Saul. And I know, right? It's like, geez, I mean, I promised I would never cry on stream, and I came super close to doing it just then. Because, yeah, this was so meaningful. This was so meaningful to me. And I can't thank you enough. I sound like a freaking record stuck on repeat, but thank you. And
no worries.
I'll always remember this. I will always remember this. Wow. Okay, man. Yeah. Again, I feel like the cold has just been kicked right out of me. But,
totally derailed it.
No. This is the best derailment that I could ever have hoped for in a million years. But no. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Dana, Scarlett, Crazy, everybody who had a hand in this, everybody in the chat who is here to celebrate it with me tonight, and everybody who kind of shows up tomorrow and Sunday night and is going to celebrate with us. I can't thank each and every one of you enough. We are going to continue to dive into all things Fromily and Fromville right here every week. Tomorrow we will be doing our pregame show. I'll be going live around 9. Cannot wait to dive into that and look at some episode 2 preview stuff. I have some nice previews for episode 2 that we're going to take a look at tomorrow night. And of course, our awesome watch party that we are going to be doing Sunday night as well. Cannot wait to do that. Cannot wait to hang out with all of you guys. And this is going to be a good one. This is going to be an episode I'm going to remember for a while. And again, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart.
Good.
You guys are the absolute best.
Most welcome.
Absolute best. Wow. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to close it down now. But as soon as the stream ends, I am going to hop over into the Discord voice chat. So anybody who wants to come and hang out for a little bit and kind of wind down, I know I need to wind down. I need a freaking, I need like a fucking giant joint after that. But yeah, after this stream ends, if you guys want to come and hang out with us, I will be in the Discord voice chat. All are welcome to come and hang out for a little bit. I'm sure we'll be talking some From and what we can expect to see in episode 2 and who knows what else. So I'll be hanging out over there for the next hour or so. So if anybody wants to come over, please come on and hang out into the Discord for our after party. But again, big thank you to each and every one of you for joining us tonight. Huge thank you to Dana, Scarlett, Crazy, everybody who had a hand in this. Again, this is the coolest birthday present I've gotten in a very long time, and I will not forget this one. And now I got to start to think, how the heck am I going to pay you guys back for this? Because I am going.
Stop it. No.
The gears are already turning. I'm going to come up with something. I'm going to come up with something.
No, don't be a stubborn guinea, please.
Yeah, Dana, come on. You know how we do it. You know how we do it. Asking a stubborn guinea to not be a stubborn guinea is like asking the sun to not rise.
You're like my brother. You're like my brother.
Yeah, I'm not crying. You're crying. Yes, Shakespeare. But no, again, thank you so much. You guys are just the absolute best. Cannot wait till tomorrow night to dive into some more From with everybody. Cannot wait for Sunday night to dive into the watch party with everybody. But again, thank you so much for making this such an awesome birthday. we are again, I'm going to close it down. But if you guys want to come and hang out with us, I will be in the Discord voice chat, just hanging out for a little bit. Again, I need to wind down after this one. I got to get my cannabis ready. So if anybody who wants to come and hang out with us,
You want Scarlett?
we
Scarlett
will
can
be
play it
in-
one more time, so you can. I don't know.
Let's play it one more
Everyone-
time. Let's play it one more time before we close it out. Why not? Why not?
Listen, if Scarlett and Dana Marie are telling the truth, I love you already, man. You are a kind human being. You're one of the kindest streamers on YouTube. A+, 5 stars. Highly recommend. You're the best. They reached out to me because they wanted me to put together a little cameo for you. Pardon the buses and commuter traffic around me here in Los Angeles. I love that you have 25,000 subscribers. Holy cow, that's incredible. As a complete muppet on social media myself, and not really understanding the point of it or what I'm supposed to do when I'm on there, I'm very impressed. These are very good numbers. Congratulations, good for you. So what is happening? Apparently it's your birthday. Happy birthday. And you're going to be streaming our show and breaking it down. Good on you, man. Awesome. It's From Week. You're doing the From things. I'm very excited. What a crazy episode. I assume you've already seen it, but if you haven't, holy crap. And so many crazy things happen in that episode. I feel like it's off to a good start this season. I feel like there's something just a little bit different about the season. I feel like there's a different energy that's been sort of injected into it, and it's very powerful. I will say this. I will say that I watched it for the first time with just a giant auditorium full of strangers, friendly strangers, however, who like the show, and it was very emotional. I did also see a sneak peek of episode 2 with the cast at Harold's house, and there was not a dry eye in the room. And this is a pretty tough audience, right? Because it's like people who've seen behind the curtain. Didn't matter. They fucking loved it and cried hard because of things that they saw, because it's a TV show. Okay, Jeremy, congratulations. Happy birthday. You're so lucky to have friends like Anne-Marie and Dana Marie and Scarlett. My bad. And keep doing the amazing things you're doing, my friend. Take care. Have a great weekend. Keep striving. 25,000, 250,000 this time next year, buddy. All right. See ya.
Oh my God.
So true.
Oh,
It's so
God.
true.
That is never going to get old.
He's talking to you.
Never.
Oh my God. He was talking to
Oh.
Jeremy, guys. Like he's talking directly to Jeremy. That's the way I see it.
Oh my God.
You're
Wow.
now on like a personal like connection with Jade. No,
I will always cherish this. This is something I'll cherish for a very long time, probably the rest of my life. This is just so freaking cool. And to see, my favorite show and my favorite character on that show to wish me a happy birthday. Again, I can die tomorrow and my life is complete.
Well, it
Straight up.
gets a little
That's
better. He's also going to cut a promo for you.
No.
Yes.
Oh, jeez. Oh my God. Wow. Yeah, I can't thank you all enough. This means the world to me. And shit, man. I don't know what else to say. Thank you guys so much for this. This is so freaking cool. Wow. And thank you so much to David Alpoy as well for taking the time out to create this just incredibly heartfelt message. This is something I will always remember. And yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Awesome stuff.
You are so
wow.
welcome.
All right, guys. Yeah.
I know he's got the beard and everything. I'm sorry.
I know. He's got the beard. Yeah, the beard's out. He's all jaded up, and that's what some people were saying in the chat. He's like
And in LA, I guess that's where
From
From lets you out.
Yeah.
She out in LA.
Yeah, that was man. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much, and thank all of you guys in the chat as well for sharing this awesome moment with us. Wow. All right, I'm gonna close this thing down now before I do really start sobbing like a friggin' child. But thank you guys so much. Again, we are going to continue to dive into everything from right here on the channel every single week. Tomorrow night, we will be live for our pregame show. We will definitely be doing our watch party Sunday night as well. But if you guys want to continue the party, again, I'll be hopping over into the Discord right after the stream ends. Anybody who wants to come and hang out for a little bit, you guys are all more than welcome. I will be winding down in there for a little bit, talking some From Season 3, maybe some things that we can expect to see in the second episode, because as David Alpoy said, apparently episode 2 left a lot of people in tears. So I cannot wait to see what is in store for us tomorrow. But again, from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much, Dana. Thank you so much, Scarlett, Crazy Mad, everybody in the chat. You guys are the absolute freaking best. And until next time, guys, stay safe out there in this crazy, crazy world we find ourselves in. Everybody down there within the range of the hurricane, I hope you guys are all staying safe and keeping your family and loved ones close. And you guys are definitely in our thoughts and in our prayers. Until next time, keep those tinfoil hats on, ladies and gentlemen, and we will see you on the next one.